Limbus Company!
Hello, chuds. Hello, my sinners. It's time for Limbus. I missed a week last week because it was like a big ass storm and all that. And I was just like really tired that day. It's been 83 years. Imagine I took a vacation. Yeah, it was deserved. We've been playing Limbus for months with no break. What do you take me for? So yeah. Well, we're back though. We are back. So what did I miss? No break? What do you mean no break? What the fuck is happening? Okay, that was weird. I couldn't like click on the game for a second. Yeah, I mean the last thing we did was that we beat Kanto 6. So that was pretty freaking cool. 6 days a week break. I stream nearly every day. Sometimes I gotta rest my voice. You guys make me yap. So is there anything worth pulling for? This is the new Donkey out there or something? Like, what is this? Turns into a Funko. Not Limbus, so that counts as a break. New ego. Is it good? Should I try getting it? What should I be pulling for? This is the one I have. It's good for the team it's good for. Oh, okay. I mean, this don't get to have is like, bleed, I guess, right? I've never used this one. I just have it. So, yeah, I don't really know. I uploaded a clip of me playing this. Was it Kanto 6 when Regilius came and saved our asses, and people were like shit talking me, or like one guy was, and it's still on my mind, cause he's like, bro, how does this guy have this many like OP characters and he's still complaining, bro? And I'm like, my whole fucking team was dead. That ego is mostly for the middle team. Oh, okay. Huh? Yeah, I don't know. I think I showed you that screenshot. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that entire fight I had, the RNG was crazy. Every role has like one godlike ID. Though, do I? I don't even know. But yeah, like, I fucking had the worst RNG. Every like roll was like It said it was dominating, and then I failed everything, and then just everybody died. And I think it happened like twice. So like, yeah, I'm gonna be bitching. Probably the strongest ID in the game right now. Really? That's fucking good to know. Where is she? There she is. So yeah, like, they were fucking shitty on me. It's like, I can't win, man. I can't fucking win. Hi, Clown. We're playing Limbus today. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna be going straight into the Mini 1, Interval of 4, then Mini 2, and then I don't know how long that's gonna take. But yeah. I did order some McDonald's. So it's to be on the way here. I ordered myself the Caesar wrap meal snack wrap thingy and like a quarter pounder with for Lucian. So yeah, should be pretty freaking epic. I've been excited. I saw a funny ass picture of Gregor. Of fucking Gregor. Let me see. Of Gregor, right? But his fucking arm, well, it wasn't Gregor, it was Asmongold, and his arm was grafted onto Asmon, the streamer guy. I think you'll enjoy time killing a lot. I'm excited to see. Yeah, this was fucking Asmongold. He's a Roach boy. So yeah, that was pretty funny. All right, let's go straight in there.
교류회. 설레네요.
I don't know where my water went. Ah!
이 녹색 조명은 색을 잃지 않나 보죠?
This is the Walpurgis night. The new yeah, I can't speak. Well, how are these green lights still green? Another unexpected alarm, but we all react with measured astonishment, as we'd all grown rather used to the randomness of it all.
T사 특이점의 영향을 완전히 비껴간 것은 아니겠지만 발프르기스의 밤은 여러 가능성이 낮은 확률로 겹치는 순간이니 그 영향으로 일부 색이 유지되는 것일 테죠.
It is unlikely that has completely evaded the influence of T-Corp's singularity. However, it can be said that this partial retention of color can be attributed to the fact that Walpurgis Night is a transitory moment in which numerous possibilities coincide. Sure, makes sense. Boston nonchalantly walking up to the driver's seat and shutting off the alarm.
또 찾아온 것이로군. 무슨 밤이?
Lo, 'tis returned! This whatever night! Don Quixote and her eyes had begun twinkling at the smallest bit of diversion after another long period of idle standby. It's all just become part of the routine. Even mysterious things like these Walpurgis nights.
변동 사항에 한 가지가 더 있는 것 같네요.
Oh, an additional volatility, aside from the Walpurgis night, has been detected. An additional volatility?
네. 새로운 거울 던전으로 입구가 연결된 것 같군요.
Indeed, the entrance to a new mirror dungeon has opened.
그래, 그거.
Oh yeah, that. Heathcliff mutters quietly as he rises from his seat. Are we just not gonna talk about how there was like a infinite timelines of Heathcliffs trying to like Spider-Verse their way in and kill everybody? Are we just gonna glaze over that? Just go to sleep in the little fucking like little hotel room inside the bus? Are we just not gonna talk about that? Heathcliff mutters quietly as he rises from his seat. I mean, it was one Heathcliff doing that. It was a fucking Infinity War scenario.
큰 소란 하나 끝나며 빠짐없이 등장하니까 동시에 초록색 빛이 반짝거릴 줄은 몰랐지만.
I thought it was about time a new one popped up. It happens every time we go through the bloody ringer. Didn't expect it to appear with the green flashes though. And we've known about infinite timelines and that's how we get our IDs. I know, I'm talking about like in character. Right? Like in character they're just like, yeah, that kind of happened, but whatever, I guess. That was cool, I guess. Heathcliff lightly struck the end of his club against the floor in visible anticipation. Let me move my soda up against the desk. And now I'm gonna lean back and put my foot on my desk. Eh. The word that was once engraved into his club had changed. A few days ago, I saw him sitting at the back of the bus, busily sanding and carving something into his club. Granted, I don't think anyone remembers. Oh, in character, yeah, that's insane. Yeah, like, what the fuck? I didn't have to ask to know what he meant by that new word, so I decided to not bring it up to anyone else. They remember everything but Catherine. Oh, yeah. Wait, okay, never mind. Who gives a fuck about Catherine? No, I don't care that much. I'm talking about more like the fucking infinite. That was a timeline invasion, is what I'm talking about. I decided to not bring it up to anyone else. Who's Catherine? You're right. Who the fuck is that? Wait, what am I talking about? Only Heathcliff and I retain that memory after all.
안 그래도 좀이 쑤셔서 미쳐버릴 뻔했다고.
Thought I was going mad from tedium. Come on, let's go bash some sods.
잘 되었군.
Oh my god, why is my fucking eyes like blinking so much? It's not even my eyes, it's like the model. How nice.
수감자들이
에이!
이렇게나 적극적으로 참여하려 하다니. 파우스트 씨.
I like seeing some initiative from the sinners, Miss Faust.
네, 지체할 필요는 없겠죠.
Oh, I know why. It's because I'm looking straight up. Indeed, let us move without delay.
단테, 버스 뒷문의 복도로 가보도록 할까요?
Actually, I know I'm falling asleep. No, it's my glasses. Dante, bring us to the corridor past the back door. Got it. Trying my best to shake this odd, uncomfortable feeling that Heathcliff's newfound enthusiasm didn't come off as entirely optimistic. I led the sinners to the back door. Two types of doors at once, huh? Two new sets of doors, just as Faust had predicted. One set of doors was, as I expected, two metal doors, resonant with the sound of wuthering gusts. A new mirror dungeon. And the other set of doors was...
이건 종이인가?
Are these papers?
반짝반짝 빛나고 있네요.
It's all sparkly. It was an unfamiliar door, radiating with an odd gleam of light. Technically, we did see the weird radio frequency-like squiggly lines around the door before, but everything else about it was new.
이번에는 저번처럼 로보토미 코퍼레이션으로 연결된 게 아닌가 봐.
Dude, my glasses must be dirty as fuck if my model is blinking so much. I'm not wearing my glasses right now. You guys can see. Doing, doing. Yeah, you guys can see me blinking. I guess this one doesn't connect to the Lobotomy Corporation like the last one did.
묘한 재즈 음악 같은 게 들리는 것 같기도 하고.
Weird. I think I'm hearing... Is that jazz? Oh, I think I know what it is. I think the blinking might be really sensitive. Yeah. 우와.
근데 이거 문이 맞냐? 문보다는 창문 같지 않냐?
Oh, is this even a door? It's more like a window than a door, isn't it? Right, this new entrance definitely resembled a large window rather than a door. The window was blurry, and all I could see past it were some globs of shapes moving about.
무언가 복수의 개체가
Monkey.
움직이는 것 같구려.
Hold up. Lowering the sensitivity of the blinking, see if that helps. There you go. There appear to be several shambling entities past the entrance. Faust seemed to have realized something, but she didn't tell us what it was. Instead, she merely looked in my direction without saying a word. God damn it, I need to get big-ass glasses. I was trying to get what she means by that look. Guess I'll have to get in there to see what this is all about, right, Faust?
착실한 성장이네요. 파우스트는 이런 변화를 긍정적으로 여깁니다.
You're experiencing regular growth in capabilities. Faust considers this to be a positive development. Fucking creepypasta sound. Yeah. A field of green and a wall of tall, great trees appear before us as we enter the door. But at this point, it'll take a bit more than this to surprise us.
오랜만에 색이 돌아왔네.
So nice to have our colors back for once, huh? Fear and hunger, iron door opening. Yeah. I hate it.
환상체다.
Quiet, there's an abnormality. So these things were what we saw past the window earlier.
아직 우리의 존재를 눈치채지 못했군. 관리자님, 전투를 준비하는 것을 추천드리겠습니다.
We are yet to be discovered. I recommend that we prepare for combat, manager. I didn't even need to tell us what they were. Tell the sinners what they were. It was pretty clear from the get-go that we'd be fighting an abnormality. The sinners all stood ready to charge into battle at my command. But it's a bit different this time. So Foss, I'm starting to get the hang of this Walpurgis Night thing, and
이어 말씀하시죠.
please do continue. I think there's something different about these abnormalities. Can you explain why?
환상체의 근본적인 부분을 생각한다면 어떤 조우든 간에 불러와진 것과 다를 바 없겠습니다만
Considering the nature of the abnormalities, every encounter with an abnormality would be equivalent to an encounter with a summoned entity.
확실히 거울 굴절 철도나 거울 던전의 형태와는 다르겠죠.
Nevertheless, there exists a certain degree of difference when we encounter them in a refraction railway or a mirror dungeon.
허면
That is to
지금
say,
이곳은 한때 도서관이라고 불렸던 구 엘사 위에 나타났던 정체불명의 건물.
we enter a site once known as the library, a building that inexplicably appeared above the former L Corp headquarters. Oh.
그 안에 있던 책의 내부에 존재하는 환상체의 공간이라 합니다.
Library mentioned? And this exact location is said to be the space that exists within a book in which the abnormality resides. Interesting. The library? Where have I heard that term before? Some sinners talked about it, that's for sure.
그렇구려. 하지만 이 공간은 지부에서 보았던 격리실과는 사뭇 다른 느낌이오만.
Quite. Yeah, or quiet. No, it's quiet. This space is fairly distinct from the containment units we had witnessed afore at one of the branches.
그곳은 제약된 공간에 가둔 느낌이라면 이곳은 환상체가 주거할 수 있게 환경을 조성한 느낌이요.
It appears as though its ideal habitat has been established precisely for that abnormality's residence, a rather striking difference from the very limited space and unaccommodating environment provided by the containment units.
네, 이것은
Lots of
일종의
words.
테라리움과도 같은 형태입니다. 이곳에 존재하게 된 환상체가 스스로 자신이 지내기 편한 형태로 조성한 것입니다.
Yes, you may compare this place to terrarium. The abnormality inhabiting this place has transformed its environs to a form most suitable for its dwelling.
간단한 예시를 들자면 물고기를 준비하면 그 안에 물이 차오르고 지렁이를 준비하면 흙이 차오르는 모양새가 되겠군요.
Smart people conversations be like, yeah. I don't have anything to say about that. Here are some comparisons that may make it easier for one to comprehend. A fish would fill this space with water, and a worm would fill this space with soil.
그러니까 이 책이라는 곳 안에서는 환상체가 자기 취향대로 이것저것 공간을 꾸밀 수 있다는 말이지?
Gotcha. So as long as the abnormality exists within this book, it could deck this place out with whatever fits its fancy, huh?
조성된다에 가깝습니다. 클리포트 억지력이 약화된 환상체는 본래 주위를 자신에게 유리한 환경으로 조성할 수 있으니까요.
It'd be more accurate to say that an abnormality, once outside the confines of the Quiplaw deterrence, can rebuild its environment to fit its needs.
공짜로 집을 지어 올린다는 거 아니야, 그거?
Well, that's kind of like free housing, huh? That's when Don Quixote, who was standing rather far from the group, who was made aware of these revelations only after Mursaw had relayed them to her.
책? 지금 우리가 책 속에 들어있다는 말인가?
Book! Our journey have brought us inside a book, thou sayest?
그것도
The library of legend that vanished like a mirage were true? Suddenly blew up with an explosive enthusiasm once again. I will
다음은
add... Oh, okay.
놀라는 일을 방지할 법한 말을 어두에 추가해야겠군.
I will add a preamble in the future to prevent such outbursts.
관리자님, 적들에게 발각되었습니다.
Epic. We've been detected, executive manager. Thank you, Don Quixote. That was very epic. Yeah, let's get this over with first. Yeah, let's get this over with. What the fuck is that? Okay.
물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
These are fairies? Oh, these are fairies. Gluttony. Care. Keep it fresh. Turn start, heal 50. They heal over time. Oops. Predation. Momentary satiation. Ravening hunger. If there are surviving allies at 25%, HP, kill all allies. If there are no surviving allies, gain 20 attack power per turn. Holy shit. Okay. Let's see. So he's neutral. Unopposed. It's too slow. Well, someone's got to take the hit. They're unopposed. Who's getting hit by that? Rhodium. Okay. He's gonna get hit by one of them. Okay. Are you kidding me?
어중간한 예술. 왜? 좀 긁혔어?
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니
Yeah.
보는 맛이
Boom.
나는군. 일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이 덜 답답한 법이지.
1500 health.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
나라도
임파스터.
그렇게 했을 테지.
Lore of History 2.
이만하면 훌륭하군요.
Let's see. Dominating. What is this attack? Inflict bleed, inflict bleed. Let me skip this ad for you guys. Okay. So let's just try killing them, I guess. Extra powers. I wonder if this music is from Library of Runa. It is? That's what I thought. That is what I thought. Unopposed. Yeah, it's unopposed. Who's attacking? Rojan is attacking. So I'm gonna have you just attack after Rojan. Alright, let's see what happens. I believe it's the abnormality fighting from that game. Okay.
왜? 좀 긁혔어?
I like it so far. I see one. Okay.
의심, 암귀, 불안과 공포 그런 것들이 들끓을 때가 가장 취약하죠. 알아듣겠습니까? 지금이 적기라는 것입니다.
Oh, my mouse got weird. Okay, so I guess you can attack some of the chuds. Yeah, go fight the chud. These guys are gonna be fighting the boss. Anyone fighting in this guy? Nope, kill that guy. Is that Rosen again? I'll have these two attack this. Or maybe not. Struggling? Do you have your ability? Okay. And you attack after Roshan. Wait, who's attacking this? Hold on a minute. That's you. Oh, did they change it? Because I noticed that it didn't overwrite who was going to attack first. Unless I'm tweaking out.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
Not fast enough to overwrite it. Oh, okay, okay. Just making sure.
어중간한 예술은 물어뜯어 고칠 수밖에.
Yeah! Hit it with the... Wait, no, he's not the stinky figure. That's Gregor. Hit it with the big club!
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없지 않군요. 단테.
내가 공기력 때문에 특별히
That is a
보여줄게.
good call,
먹을
Dante.
것들을 사들고 오는 것이
Thank you, Daddy.
아닙니다, 단테. 이런 부수적인 효과.
I buy Sinner snacks for a reason, Dante. I hope they would have positive effects like this. He buys us snacks! Oh my god! I hope he takes us to McDonald's soon. Let's make sure this guy fucking dies. Okay.
거긴 킬존이다.
Skip this ad.
더 야성적인 깊이로.
Okay, Corey's dead.
확실히 훌륭하군. 5번 수감자. 위험한 순간도 넘어간지 않을까지.
나쁘지 않아요.
임파스터.
These guys can't die? Health does not drop below 1. Oh, fuck. Interesting. I was about to say, I was like, I'm not really reading what the guys do. All you can really do is stagger them and make them fuck off. Main one eats them all if they're all low. If they are low. Yeah. Oh, my alarm went off. My bad, guys. Oh, the food got turned in. Hold on. Hello. Hello, the food's here. Here you go. They already dropped it off. You can just go pick it up. Alright. So, I was thinking that maybe we just burst them down. Food time. Yep, food time. Okay. Where the fuck is hands? That's Rojan, yeah. Okay. Just making sure. Alright, let's go smack ass.
거긴 킬존이다.
Dude, I found like this like chest expander like exercise thing. My fucking titties hurt, man. My titties, my arm are fucking, my arms are tired. My boobies are sore. Sucks. I gotta do it though because I don't really do much. I don't do much exercise, like normal exercise. I don't lift shit. I was thinking I could use it as like a stim tool, because all you do is kind of like just squeeze it. That's my super muscle fidget spinner, I guess.
보여드려야겠군요. 왜냐면 예술을.
Okay. Looks like things are in our favor. Let's keep it going. Yeah. What is this move? It doesn't do anything. Well, we're just gonna hit this guy. Actually, no. We're just gonna beat up the boss. Oops. Oops, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I could probably just kill. That's what I was saying. Okay. Destroy him! Where did I put my fucking water, man? This actually kind of sucks ass. I think I might have left it upstairs. Boom! What the heck is that? Why do we get bored? Hello. Hello. Alright, boss is dead. Damn. It ate the babies? Okay. Yay!
저 수감자는 기억해두겠습니다.
Oh, we win.
단테.
Hello.
면담에서
That's for you. Yeah. Oh wait, did I give myself a sprite like a dumbass? You can have the Fanta then. Okay. Double Fanta madness. That was way harder than expected. Not really.
파우스트에 의하면 현 상황은 도서관의 어느 과거.
It was even the ruin of windscreen, really?
역사층이라고 불린다는 곳에
Cool.
완전 개방을 위한 전투 중 하나를 반복하는 것 같습니다.
Faust explains that we find ourselves in the library's past. We are participating in a certain repeated battle within the library. Its purpose was to attain something called the realization of the floor of history. There you go. Yeah, sorry, I don't understand most of what you just said.
역사의 층이 있다면 다른 층도 있다는 말씀인가요?
Floor of history, huh? Are there other floors too?
그런 것 같군요. 정보를 취합하면 통상적인 도서관의 분류와 같이
Mouth floor?
문학이나 종교 같은 것들을 다루는 층도 존재하는 것 같습니다.
That appears to be the case, yes. It can be extrapolated from the collected intelligence that the library is, like some normal libraries, composed of several floors divided by subjects such as literature or religion. Doesn't sound too different from your average library, but I doubt it's that straightforward. Anything more you can tell us about that library, Faust? Something more detailed, maybe? No. Hold up. What the fuck? Okay, finally. The paper on the straw got wet, so I couldn't pull it off. Yeah, I want to drink my Fanta. Okay. That's yummy. Faust's voice carries an air of troubled uncertainty. I'm starting to realize why. So you don't know about that just yet, right?
이미 어느 정도 통찰을 하신 것 같군요, 단테. 굳이 숨겨 말씀드릴 필요도 없겠죠.
Hey, there's a stinky kitty trying to get in our McDonald's. I see that you've intuited a certain degree of truth, Dante. I don't suppose there is any more reason for me to remain evasive regarding this particular subject. Wait, why was she being evasive? Huh. Faust let out a barely noticeable but clearly shocked gasp before regaining her usual calm demeanor.
네, 저는 아직 해당 지식에 접근하기 위한 파우스트가 되지 못했습니다.
Yes, I am yet to become a Faust who has access to that information. Yet to become?
당신의 여정이 좀 더 진행된다면 저 또한 인정받고 권한을 얻어 다른 지식을 얻어낼 수도 있겠죠.
Where am I gonna put these fries? God damn it. As your journey continues, I may also gradually gain recognition and access to further knowledge.
하나 확실한 건 계속해서 발전하고 있는 단테를 파우스트가 긍정적으로 여긴다는 것입니다.
One thing is certain, however. Faust regards this consistent, continuous improvement to be a positive development, Dante. I see. The longer my journey, the greater her knowledge, huh? Maybe that explains why she kept falling silent in the middle of her lectures. I have no idea how long this journey will last for, but who knows, maybe we'll find ourselves at that library one day. Fuck no. I'm assuming it's a horrible place. With that, I return to the sinners wandering about the scattered pages of their abnormality. Wow.
이 날카롭고 거친 궤적, 뜯겨나간
A terrifying
실처럼
implication?
엉망진창으로
Yeah.
도려내진 이 흉터들. 설마 거미집이 성공한 거야?
Why did it put me all the way over here? Oh,
이럴
because
때가
of this.
아니지. 돌아가서 마에스트로스에게 말해줘야 해. 이 복도 어딘가에
Shut up!
모든 손가락이 탐낼 만한 걸작이 있다는
Rodion,
걸.
shut up! Okay. Let me take another bite of my rat. Oh. Get me. See if I can find a spot for these fries. This is the fat ass stream. Okay, perfect. You guys can't see, but I gave the camera a big old thumbs up. Okay, what's going on? Dunkette loudly and obnoxiously flips through the newspaper in her hands while peppering in a few insightful chuckles. Unfortunately, I now know I now know exactly what this means. She's on some bullshit. That's what's going on. And Why is he laughing like that? And as she'll continue to try to draw my attention until I acknowledge her at the most appropriate moment. She just wants attention. Okay, Don Quixote, fine. What is it?
관리자 나리, 우리 램버스 컴퍼니 같이 도시적으로 성장하고 있는 회사는 세상 만사 정보에 대해 끊임없이 관심을 기울여야 하오.
Wow. Manager Expire, dost thou know that the city's upstart companies, such as one Limbus company, must always pay close heed to the ever-changing world around us?
여기 메르서군과 이 돈키호테처럼 매일 아침 신문을 읽으면서 도시에는 어떤 일이 일어나는지 관심을 좀 가지면서
Hi thee hither! Read thy newspapers, Manager Esquire, and do keep thyself up to date on the events of the city, as Mersault and I, Don Quixote, do air every morrow.
아이 그 장단 좀 맞춰줘. 아 왜 그 메르소 씨가 아침마다 신문 읽는 루틴 있잖아.
But just go along with it, why don't you? I'm pretty sure she's talking about Mersault and one of his morning routines. You know, the one with the newspapers? So cute! So cute! The newspaper routine. Where he wakes up before the crack of dawn, parks himself on a chair, pulls one leg over the other at exactly 90-degree figure four leg lock position, and peruses the morning newspaper? What does that look like?
그게 꽤 멋있어 보였던 모양이야. 뭐 이번엔 한 일주일 정도 가려나?
That. I guess it left an impression on her. Betcha she'll be back to your usual self in a week or so.
본인의 말 듣고 계시는가?
Timmy's dad reading the newspaper, I suppose? Yeah. Hearken unto me! Art thou paid attention? Shout out Fairly Odd Parents, yeah. Yep, totally. So what's new? What? Did an article mention us or something?
아니, 어떻게 하셨어?
Oh, how didst thou know? Wait, really?
자, 여기 3면을 보시게나. 1면을 뺏긴 것은 조금 아쉬우나.
Forsooth, feast thy eyes on page 3! Though 'tis quite regrettable that we were robbed of the chance to be on the front page.
에? 3면? 우리가 그 정도야?
Huh? Page 3? We're really starting to put our names out there, huh? Don Quixote and Roja, the two sinners guaranteed to draw the full attention of whichever space they inhabit, were speaking. It was only a matter of time before the other sinners began crowding around us, curious about the commotion.
자, T사 사건에서 일어났던 미스터리 실종 사건 극적으로 해결.
Oh. Ahem. A dramatic conclusion to the mysterious disappearances at T-Core.
범인은 에드가 가문이었던 것으로 밝혀져 세간에 크나큰 충격을.
Shocking. The perpetrators to this mysterious case has been revealed to be none other than the prestigious Edgar family, appalling the general public. Oh shit. Well, I don't think we need to hear that part. What else does it say?
때마침 이 근처를 배회 중이던 자들의 자그만 도움과 T사 3등급 징수직 직원들의 활약으로 극적
What the fuck? With small assistance from some wandering bystanders who happened to be lost in the area, and with the most admirable heroics of T-Corp Class 3 collection staff on the scene.
근처를 배회 중이던 자들이란
That's fucked up.
말하는 것이요.
Wandering bystanders, is it? Perchance that particular denomination refers to us?
무슨 들러리 취급을 하는 거야?
Bystanders? They're treating us like we were barely there.
회사 이름도 안 나왔네요.
They didn't even mention our company name.
에이, 뭐야. 심지어 시간 징수자들. 이놈들은 코빼기도 안 비췄잖아.
Well, come on, those time collectors weren't even there.
언론이란 되게 그런 것이다.
This is within the expected range of behavior for the news media.
혹시 또 모르지 않소? 이 뉴스를 보고 우리를 인터뷰를 하러 올 수도.
Interview? Interview? Well, there may be those who seek to interview us after reading this very article, mayhaps.
어딘지를 알아야 인터뷰를 하러 오든가 말든가 하죠.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have a grand old time looking for wandering bystanders for an interview. Very descriptive. I thought anyone will pay us much attention, Don Quixote. Better not set yourself up for disappointment, and... We were standing there for a good moment in a big group chattering about the article when someone slowly but smoothly walked between us.
림버스 컴퍼니 소속 직원들이십니까?
Whoa! This guy's outfit's badass! Excuse me, are you Limbus Company employees by any chance?
당신들은
You fellas
왜
are...
저희가 왔는지는 이미 아실 것이라고 생각합니다.
I'm sure you're already aware of the reason for our visit.
안 그래도 머리 빠지게 기다리고 있었다네.
This is a part of why I knew you would enjoy this intervallum. That's swag. Do people say swag anymore? T-Corp got that steampunk drip, yeah. Oh, I welcome thee here. Long and hard have I awaited thy arrival.
자, 뭐부터 시작하면 되겠는가?
From now, now, where, whence shall we begin?
뭐야?
From whence shall we
진짜로
begin?
인터뷰하러 온 거야?
Was she actually here to interview us? No way. Dokyoto wasn't just losing her mind at nothing?
인터뷰에 대해서는 제 쪽에서도 전달받지 못한 부분입니다만
I was not told any interview would be taking place.
나 참, 베르는 이럴 때 또 어디 간 거야? 지난번에 히스가 쓰고 남은 헤어무스가 어디 있었더라?
My word, Virgo, at a time like this. Now, where'd I put that leftover hair gel from Heath's makeover?
자자, 시작하시게나.
Now, who kills time? I don't know. Ahem, ahem. Thou may commence.
자, 그럼
Alright then.
세금은 분할
본인이
납입하십니까?
전부 다 했다고는 볼 수 없지.
Verily, I shall rightly take all the credit for what we ever accomplished there. Will you be making your tax payment in installments? Bitch, what the fuck?
예?
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? Okay, clearly we're not on the same page here.
저희는 T사 시간 징수청의 징수자로서 당신들이 체납한 시간세를 받으러 왔습니다.
Overdue time tax? We're tax collectors from T-Corp's time collection agency, currently on a mission to collect your overdue time tax.
역시 저자들은 결코 좋은 일에 나타나는 법이 없구려.
They finna commit tax fraud with this one. Those ilk are never bringers of good tidings, indeed.
시간세? 그럴 리가.
Wait, time tax? No, that doesn't make any sense.
저희는 이미 T사 동지
Where did-
입국 심사를 할 때 시간세를 납부했어요. 베르길리우스 씨가 분명 그렇게.
We already paid our time tax in full when we went through the T-Corp Nesta immigration process. Virgilius said a few days ago aboard the Mephistopheles.
그런데 정말 괜찮은 거예요? 여기서 시계를 가지지 않은 채 돌아다녀도.
Are you sure we don't need to pick up a timepiece for each of us to carry?
왜냐하면 T사의 모든 사람들은
You probably know this already, but in T-Corp,
재계를 소유하고 있어야 하는 것이 원칙이지. 잘 알고 있다.
if I wasn't gonna get Hong Lu cosplay, I'd cosplay Dawn. Oh, that's cute. Everyone must carry a timepiece. Yes, I know the rules.
하지만 어디에나 융통성 있는 대책은 항상 존재하는 법이다. 그 팜플렛엔 나와 있진 않았겠지만
But for every rule, there's always a room for an alternative that offers a bit more flexibility. Of course, I don't suppose it's listed anywhere on that pamphlet.
단기 체류를 원하는 외부인의 경우 시계를 소유하는 것 대신 그에 준하는 시간세를 사전에 지불하는 것으로 T사의 규칙에 면책받을 수 있다.
Outsiders seeking a short-term stay at T-Corp can pay their appropriate time tax for the length of their stay to be exempt from the relevant obligations, instead of going out of their way to abide by T-Corp's rules.
29에서 태어나지도 않은 자들이 시계를 발급받는 건 보통 까다로운 일이 아니지 않나.
As you may have expected, anyone born outside District 20 must go through numerous hoops before they can be issued a timepiece.
따라서 우리는 조립하기 전 30일치를 적납했지.
So we elected to pay 30 days worth of time tax on the spot before entering T-Corp's borders.
상당한
Oh.
금액이었을 텐데.
Impressive, it couldn't have been cheap.
시계 가지고 싶었는데 오티스 다리처럼.
Ow, I hit my funny ball on the fucking armrest. And yeah, I wish to wear a watch as well, like Lady Otis does.
내 시계는 멋으로 차고 있는 게 아니다.
Haven't I already made it clear that it's not a fashion item?
전에 이야기했듯 회사에 금전적인 걱정은 없다. 이런 건 당연한 일에 해당하지.
This seems sketchy. As I have said so in the past, the company has no budgetary concerns. It is a given that they would be taking care of such expenses.
이제야 좀 회사 같아진 느낌이네요.
We're finally starting to operate like a real professional company now, huh? Yeah, there must have been a minor miscalculation or something. Maybe we fell slightly short of the amount we had to pay?
더군다나 30일이나 이곳에 머물지도 않았다고요.
It hasn't even been 30 days since we arrived here, though.
뭐 만약에 돈을 내야 하더라도 저놈들 가진 거 적당히 내다 팔면 어찌어찌 마련할 수 있을지도 모르고.
Well, I'm sure we can pawn away their stuff to fix what probably amounts to a rounding error. Easy peasy. Heathcliff muttered, gesturing towards Sinclair and Honglu with his chin. He's making them pawn their shit out?
그걸로 해결이
The gang
된다면요.
commits tax evasion. Yeah. If it'll help pay for the time tax, then sure. What is he? What the fuck is happening? though?
그러나요? 가지고 나온 게 얼마 없긴 한데.
Oh, maybe I didn't pack much when I left, though.
이거 밀린 시간수가 얼만데 그래?
Oh, let's see the damage. How much time tax do we owe you? Uh-oh.
납부하셔야 할 시간세는
Currently, you are...
총 100억 4천만 원입니다.
Oh! Why the fuck is that? Why did that happen? Behind him, time tax. I'm not even gonna try to say that word, that number. What the fuck?
내가 귀가 많이 안 좋아졌네. 나 100까지는 들었는데 그 이후에는 뭐라고 한 거야?
Did my hearing get worse or something? I heard a 10, 40, and the rest just kind of flew over right over my head.
그 정도 액수라면 아예 저희 집을 한번 들러야 할 것 같은데요?
For that much money, oh, we might have to make a brief stop at my place first.
안 내면 아니 못 내면 어떻게 되는 건가요?
I'm gonna nibble on this second little wrap I got. What other options do we have if we don't... I mean, if we can't pay the tax?
그런 선택지는 존재하지 않습니다. 이자가 붙은 시간이나 금액 둘 중 하나로 납부하셔야 합니다.
They're scamming. There's no way. Can't pay the tax is not an option. Your only options are the following. Make your payment with time or money. With interest, of course. Sometimes I forget Honglu has connections to extremely rich people. Yeah. I don't like Honglu so far. I haven't gotten to really know him yet.
무슨 소리야?
What the hell does making payment with time even mean? Maybe distortion thingamajig? Oh, maybe we've been in the manor for longer than we thought. Now that I think about it, I remember someone talking about pain with time before. I never really cared to find out what exactly they meant, though. You can take a wild guess on my feelings on him. I didn't either. You will after Kanto ate me things. Okay. He sang Heathcliff? Do you know anything about this?
T사에 거취를 하고 있을 때 시간세를 내지 못한 적은 없었어.
I have not once failed to make my payments during my residency at this nest.
하여, 내지 못하였을 때 일어나는 일에 대해서는 아는 바가 없어.
He said, I wasn't broke enough to miss my payment. Thus I know not what transpires on an occasion in which one fails to pay the time tax.
나도 저택에선 시간세 같이 복잡한 문제에 얽혀본 적은 없었어. 뒷골목 생활할 땐 형님이 더 관리했고 뭐 못 내서 끌려간 사람들은 보긴 했어도.
I've never been involved in messy businesses like taxes at the manor either. And in my backstreet days, boss dealt with complicated shite like that for the rest of us. I did see a few poor sods getting dragged away because they failed to cough it up, though. Well then! With their not-so-helpful answers, my mind immediately began to wander towards Faust, who I hoped would know something more about this than the two of them. And that's when Otis suddenly and defiantly stood between us and the collectors.
전혀 납득이 되지 않는군. 무슨 계산법으로 그런 얼토당토하는 액수가 나온 거지?
It's completely unreasonable. What kind of shoddy calculation led to this nonsensical figure?
T사의 징세 계산은 언제나 합리적입니다.
Tax calculations in Teacup are always exceptionally reasonable.
무의미한 시간이 계속 지나가고 있군요. 변제 능력도 의지도 없는 걸로 간주해도 되겠습니까?
The clock's ticking. Would I be correct to assume that you lack both the capability and the will to make your fair payments?
잠시만요. 분위기가 험악해지고 있잖아요.
Wait. We don't have to escalate this. Can we get a timeout?
바람직한 발언이 아닐 것 같소만.
You know what's fucked up, guys? When I chew, you guys can see my head move. Like my model's head moves when I chew for some reason. Your choice of words may be quite unwise.
자, 지금 불만을 꿍얼거리는 놈들. 당장 주머니에 100억 안이 있는 놈들만 반론을 허가하겠다.
Cry and whine all you want about not wanting to escalate things when you've got 10 billion on in your pockets. I won't recognize your opinion as anything of worth otherwise.
없다면 입 다물고 우리의 전진에 방해가 되는 자를 배제하는 게 맞겠지.
No? Then shut up and stay out of our way while we deal with this obstacle that dares to stand in our path.
재밌겠군. 100억 안어치의 죽음이라.
What the fuck? How exciting. A 10 billion on death.
100억 4천만 아닙니다.
10 billion and 40 million on, to be exact. We're just throwing hands, huh? The visit from T-Corp. Everything went to shit. Wait, I actually want to zoom out and look at the picture. It's really cool. Clear within 10 turns.
전투의 예법대로 한 놈씩.
엄중한 심사 부탁드립니다.
Beat up the tax collectors! Gosh, holy shit, they look cool. Tremor, uh-oh. Can I win rate them?
불길 속으로.
더 야성적인 깊이로.
어중간한 예술.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
Go get him, guys! As I rub my belly, I'm eating a chicken wrap. And it's spicy. Uh-oh. I should probably take an acid reflux medicine before I fucking die on stream. Ooh. Guys, I really fucking want to play Metaphor, by the way. I might be a little crazy, and like when we end the Limbus portion, I might like continue streaming and play Metaphor. I really want to play Metaphor, dude. I got kind of cucked last night. Okay, I'm taking my medicine right now. I'm down for that. I was fucking so mad, dude. When Metaphor like shut down, or not shut down, when Metaphor like desynced, that shit pissed me the fuck off like if I was playing Deadlock. Like that's how mad I got so fucking mad that I ended stream and I went to sleep without eating. I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna die in my sleep. Like that's how mad I got. Have you tried the fucking the wrap, the chicken, the McDonald's wrap? Have you guys tried that shit? It's not so bad. It's pretty good. Just don't end Limbus early or I'll kill you. No, I'm not gonna end it like super early. No, I'll probably end it at the usual time. Oh, okay. I won. A T-Corp staff in a different uniform approached the sinners as both sides went on the defensive. And no, I only eat breakfast at McDonald's. Oh, okay. Yo, wait, hold on. Imagine I got like a model of this for my monkey.
녀석들의 우두머리인가?
Is this one their ringleader?
등급은 높으나 저자 또한 T사의 직원일 뿐.
His name is Dimmadome. He may be of a higher rank, but he is but an employee of T-Corp all the same.
그들과 계속 다투다가는 T사 전체와도 등을 질 수 있는.
Which is to say that our insistence on meeting the demands with hostility may lead to a direct confrontation against the full force of T-Corp.
전투를 즉각 중지해라.
Lay down your weapons now.
협조하지 않으면 여기 전원을 T사의 적대 세력으로 간주하고 무력 진압을.
Should you refuse to cooperate, all of you present may be considered hostile individuals like T-Corp, and we will use force to.
유쾌해지기 시작했군.
I like that. How thrilling. Bro, she's sexy. This is bad. This seems like a great time for Vigilius with his intimidating glowing eyes to appear.
며칠
Man,
전까지만 해도 길잡이 씨와 훈훈했던 분위기를 가졌던 것 같았는데 벌써 엄청 오래전 일 같네.
Man, weren't things much better between us and the guide, but only a few days ago? Feels like it's been forever since then.
째려보지만 말고 우리 말 좀 들어봐. 억울해. 다짜고짜 100억 원을 내놓으라고 하잖아.
Come on, don't glare at us like that. We had our reasons, Kay. They showed up out of nowhere and tried to extort a whole 10 billion on.
100억 4천만 아닙니다.
10 billion and 40 million on, to be exact.
녹음해놨어. 계속 똑같은 말만.
You're really saying it like that, don't you? You really like saying it like that. You really like saying that, don't you? What the fuck is wrong with me? I mean, like adding words.
그러니까
It's like I subconsciously paraphrase.
누구보다 선량하고.
Yeah. The point is, there's no way we owe them that much money. We're kind law-abiding citizens.
정의롭게 살았는데.
This shit's spicy as fuck. I'm kind of dying. Who are brimming with a sense of justice?
그러니까.
Here. Vigilius listened quietly for a moment as the sinners chattered on like they were a part of a comedy skit.
그래, 너희 말대로 100억 원이라는 숫자는 이상한 액수이긴 하지. 하지만
Yes, I agree that 10 billion on in taxes does seem unreasonable. However,
길거리 한복판에서 이런 의미 없는 전투를 하다간 뒷감당이 힘들어진다는 당연한 사실을 누군가는 깨달았어야 하지 않나 싶군.
it is a mystery to me how no one stopped to think for a second about the troubles you might spark by starting a meaningless scuffle like this in the middle of the street, no less. Yeah. Oh, he pissed. They started it, Dada! Virgilius let out a deep sigh before turning towards the key T-Corp employee.
유혈 사태를 일으키게 된 건 유감스럽게 되었습니다만.
We find it regrettable that this incident has led to bloodshed.
100억안은 결코 납득이 될 수 없는 액수입니다.
However, 10 billion on in time tax is unacceptable.
당신들도 잘 알지 않습니까? 그렇게 어마어마한 징세가 길바닥에서 단순하게 진행될 수 있지는 않다는 걸.
I'm sure you know full well that 10 billion on's worth of tax isn't the kind of money that we can simply fork over in the middle of the street.
이렇게 곧장 시간세를 거두러 오는 것이 아니라 자세한 경위에 대한 설명이 우선되어야 했다고 봅니다만.
I believe that it would have been more appropriate if you had provided us with some context as to how this number came to be, instead of immediately marching up to us and demanding that we pay the time tax.
확실히
Get him! Get him! Get him!
이런 비정상적인 징세 보고가 올라온 건 드물지. 이쪽에서도 사태의 심각성을 인지하여 관할서에서 긴급 회의를 소집하는 중이다.
I admit that such absurd amount of time tax levied upon your group is almost unprecedented. We have been summoned to an emergency meeting in the relevant office to address the severity of this incident.
관할 징수소로 이동해서 원인과 해결책을 논의하는 편이 좋을 것 같군.
I see your point. Why don't we move this conversation to the collections office in the relevant jurisdiction area for now to discuss the possible solutions? Okay. Epic. I like it was like the collectors themselves who like escalated everything too. They're like, you're not gonna pay, we'll go beat your ass. That's crazy.
엄마밖에 없지?
Oh, this is a reading chapter. Oh, the gallows. The gallows? Hold on a minute. The truth behind the absurd amount of time tax levied upon us was much simpler than I expected.
약 일주일 전 어더링 하이츠 저택에서 사전에 허가받지 않은 광범위한 시간 노출 현상이 관측되었네요. 이로 인해
Wait, have you guys
시간
noticed
누적세가
how
발생했고요.
I made my model real time, by the way? So if I go like, hiya, it's like basically real time. Before it was actually delayed a little bit. So now when I go, wah, 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 then it kind of shows up now. Is that pretty cool? About a week ago, a large-scale unauthorized temporal leakage phenomenon was observed at the Wuthering Heights Manor, which shot you up several stages in the progressive time use tax bracket due to the immense amount of time leak. Yeah, much better now? Yeah.
시간 누출 현상?
A temporal leak phenomenon?
특정 공간의 시간이 느리게 흘러가게 되었다는 뜻이에요. 심지어 그 공간이 한동안 움직이기까지 했네요. 개책된 건 4시간
Dante's
정도의
powers caused us
분량인데요.
to go into debt. Yeah, I was thinking about that. It refers to a deceleration in the flow of time within a certain physical field. In your case, it wasn't even a static deceleration field. It moved all over the manor for a good while, too. We measured about 4 hours worth of time in the process.
뭔 소리를 씨부리는 거야?
What the bloody hell is she blathering on about?
특정 공간이 느려졌다는 것은
Deceleration in the flow of time within a certain... Oh.
저택 안에서 그자를 쫓아가기 위해 단테가 우리의 움직임을 날새게 만들었던 때를 이야기하는 것인가 보.
She must be referring to the moment at which Dante granted us celerity as we were in pursuit of that man in the manor.
이해되지 않는군. 관리자님의 능력이 지속된 것은 제 30분이 넘지 않았다. 내 시간은 오류일 확률이 높다.
Impossible. The manager's ability was activated for less than 30 minutes. It is most likely that your 4-hour measurement is a calculation error.
아니요. 그 저택에서 나오며 느꼈던 위화감의 원인을 생각한다면 오류가 아닐 가능성이 높겠어.
No. Considering the odd sensation we had experienced as we departed the manor, it is most probable that no error had occurred under calculations.
단테, 기억하시는가? 그때
Do you recall, Dante, as we left behind the manor? A few days ago. This is like a Family Guy flashback.
뭔가 문제라도 있는가?
Aha, Mersault, is there aught wrong with thy daily routine? We had just returned to the Mephistopheles after the incident at the Wuthering Heights Manor. Most sinners were keeping to themselves, given the clear look of sorrow on Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote's ever-cheerful voice, like always, constantly shattered through the silence.
이상 현상을 발견했다.
I've identified an anomaly.
저택에서 보낸 시간을 생각하면 조간 신문이 지급되었어야 하는데 이건 석간 신문이다.
We should have been issued the morning newspaper, not even an evening newspaper. This is inconsistent with the amount of time we spent at the manor.
뭔가 실수가 있었던 건 아니겠는가?
Perchance 'twas an innocent mistake?
이 버스에서 지속적으로 신문을 지급받았지만 항상 지정된 시간에 조간, 석간을 지급받아왔다.
As long as I've been a passenger of this bus. How did I read that all fucked up? As long as I have been a passenger of this bus. Morning papers have always been delivered during the designated morning hours, and evening papers have always been delivered during designated evening hours. Okay.
오류가 발생할 여지는 있겠지만 확률적으로 극히 드물다고 할 수 있다.
The possibility that they have made a mistake cannot be completely ruled out. However, the likelihood of that is minuscule.
그러고 보니 색이 없어서 눈치를 못 챘었는데 저건 해가 떠오르는 게 아니라 노을이 지고 있는 거였네요.
Oh, now that I'm looking at it, that's a sunset, not a sunrise. I couldn't tell because of the lack of color.
그러나 시간상으론 분명 동이 틀 시점을 더.
This cannot be. This must be the early hours of the morrow. Is it not?
알 것 같소.
So, like I was right. It was like a time chamber. I may have an idea as to how this inconsistency came to be.
그거는 TT4 프로토콜.
Right, the TT4 protocol. What's that?
시간 속도 동기화 장치 뭐 이런 식으로 불렀던 것 같은데.
Temporal velocity synchronization device, or something like that.
모두가 평등한 시간 속에서 여유를 즐길 수 있게 만들어드리는 럭셔리 솔루션? 그따위로 적혀있는 팜플렛을 봤었지.
I've seen an advert for it once. A luxury solution to all your time synchronization needs. Enjoy equally leisurely hours together, or some shite like that.
우와! 히스클리프군 답지 않게 유식한 단어가 너무 많아 뜻이 헷갈리네만.
Tis quite unlike thee, Sir Heathcliff, to use so many complicated words in a sentence. Pray, shall someone explain it in a plainer language? About to beat her ass.
TT4 프로토콜이 작동하는 장소에 있는 사람들의 시간이 모두 같은 속도로 흘러가게 하는 장치라는 뜻이요.
It is an apparatus for equalizing the velocity of time for all those affected individuals under the TT4 protocol's influence.
그렇군. 어쩐지 그리 부유해 보였던 자가 우리와 같은 속도로 움직이고 말한다는 게 조금 이상하긴 했네.
Aha, forsooth. I thought it quite odd how someone so affluent in time was moving and speaking at the same speed as the rest of us.
그렇다면 저택 내에서 보낸 시간은 바깥보다 빠르게 흘렀다는 이야기가 된다.
Then with this information, it can be concluded that the time we have experienced within the manor was flowing at a faster rate than the outside world. Or the world outside.
지급된 상황은 이해가 되는군.
That is a coherent explanation as to why the evening newspaper instead of the morning newspaper was issued.
좋아. 호기심 해결도 끝났으니 이제 새로운 일거리를 해결하러 가는 데에 불만은 없겠지.
Good. Now that your curiosity is sated, I don't suppose anyone has any issues with tackling a new job.
비틀림 추적에 대한 새로운 의뢰가 ACA로부터 도착했습니다. 자세한 건
The LCA has sent us a new request to track down a distortion. As for a more detailed information... So activating my ability within the TT4 protocol caused...
이미 가속되던 시간을 더 만지작거린 꼴이 되니 자연히 바깥에서 보았을 때는 체감 그 이상의 시간이 노출된 것으로 느꼈을 터.
Yes, indeed. It was akin to tampering with an already accelerated flow of time. From an outsider's point of view, it would have appeared as though more time than what was actually spent was leaked.
잘 아시네요. 심지어 개인에 대한 시간도 아니고 공간제로 시간을 조작하셨어요.
This bloke knows what he's talking about. Also, you didn't just manipulate time on a personal scale, like I said earlier. You affected the flow of time within a physical space.
심지어 그 공간도 초단위로 계속 이동. 솔직히 이런 상황은 유례가 없었어요.
Let me remind you that it wasn't even a static field. It moved all over that manner. Honestly, this situation is completely unprecedented.
애초에 돈이 무지하게 많이 드니까 특별한 날에만 가동한다고 했던 것 같기도 해. 손님들이 많이 왔을 때나.
Right, they used to activate it only on special occasions, like when we had plenty of guests over for a visit, because it was so bloody pricey.
시간 누진세에 공간당 부가세를 곱하게 될 테니 당연히 이런 천문학적인 액수가 나올 수밖에 없겠죠.
So the time tax for your inflated tax bracket multiplied by the surtax per volume from the physical space covered by that temporal manipulation. Yeah, no wonder it all adds up to this insane number.
아니 우리라고 이렇게 될 줄 알았나?
It ain't like we knew something like this would happen.
뭐 아무튼 시간세를 납부하기 위해서는 두 가지 방법 중 하나를 선택하셔야 해요.
Well, anyway, you have two payment options to settle this time tax debt.
아니 무슨 방법 이러고 있냐 이씨. 100억 안에 어떻게 내냐고요?
Oh, wait, options? What options? It ain't like bags of 10 million on and grow from a tree, isn't it?
첫 번째는 돈으로 납부하는 것, 두 번째는 시간으로 납부하는 것인데.
Option 1, cash payment. Option 2, time payment.
아까도 들었어 그건. 대체 시간으로 납부한다는 게 무슨 소린데?
Yeah, about that. What's that supposed to mean anyway? Paying with time?
그건
It means... Oh. The employee who was about to answer our questions with painfully observable annoyance suddenly jolted to the sound of an alarm.
알겠습니다.
Understood. Whoa! Hello! Thank you for the follow, Sinner. Oh, actually, Mersalt. Oh my god, Mersalt fucking followed! What's up?
연락이 왔습니다.
That shit made me jump,
오늘
kinda.
사건에 대한 긴급 회의 준비가 끝났어요.
I was in the middle of drinking my Fanta.
두 분 정도 입장하실 수 있습니다.
I just got a call that they were ready to hold the emergency meeting regarding this incident. The Limbus company may send 2 individuals to the meeting to represent your company. Salute to you, manager. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the stream, Mersal.
걱정된다는 듯 째깍거릴 필요는 없습니다, 단테. 회의 같은 복잡한 처리는 제 일이니.
No need to tick-tock and fuss, Dante. Dealing with complicated matters like this meeting is one of my responsibilities. Yay! We don't have to do that.
하고 올 동안 수감자들을 잘 관리하고 계시면 될 뿐입니다. 파우스트 씨, 당신은 동행.
I will be joining them to discuss the possible solutions to this incident, so please keep the sinners under control. Except you, Miss Faust. You're with me. Oh? Understood.
또다시 소란이 벌어지면
Make another mess while I'm gone and...
류슈웨이에는 아무도 좋아하지 않을 법한 상황이 벌어질
What does he mean?
테니 꼭 염두에 두시고
Only Roshu will enjoy what comes next. Keep that in mind as you wait. What is that supposed to mean? You gonna whoop our asses? Or is he gonna kill us? Which one?
뭘 가타부터 따져보기도 전에 가버렸네요.
Well, off they go, I guess. They didn't even give us the chance to ask him more questions.
우리의 운명이 걸려 있을지도 모르는 일에 우리를 내버려 두고?
They're just leaving us here like this? But isn't this whole mess basically about what happened to us?
저 별거 아닌 질문이긴 한데요.
So this isn't anything serious, but
메르소 씨는 왜 교수대 위에 올라가 계시고 있나요?
what's Marcel doing on the gallows? What? Marcel, what are you doing up there?
올라가라 하여서 올라왔습니다.
I was told to stand here, so I have done so.
누가 그랬는데?
Who told you to do that?
내가 그랬어. 시간센 앞으로 도와주려고 했지.
That motherfucker was like Prospector from Identity 5. I did. Just trying to be helpful with you and your friend's little time tax problem. I thought all employees were supposed to be at the emergency meeting.
우와, 걸어다니는 시계라니. 이번 박람회에 제출하면 참가상까지 노려 볼만 할지도 모르겠는데.
What the fuck? Whoa, a clock with legs? How fascinating. If someone were to submit you for consideration at the upcoming expo, you might be worth a participation trophy.
시계를 보니까 생각났는데 몇 년 전에 나침반 기능이 있는 시계가 출품된 걸 본 적 있어. 그건 참가상도 못 받았는데 왜인지 알아? 나침반에 사용하는 중에는 시간을 볼 수가 없었던 거야. 믿어줘? 방향을 찾거나 시간을 보거나 양자태기를 해야 했다고. 시계에 나침반을 붙이던 거랑 뭐가 다른 건지 참.
That's a lot of text. You remind me of the time when some hapless soul submitted a timepiece that doubled as a compass that had a rather tragic and critical design flaw. You could tell the time or find your path, but never both at once. Tell directions or tell time, it was one thing or the other, leaving you lost in time and stranded in the streets. That was no good, not at all. That's no better than a clock taped to a compass at the end of the day, is it? I guess so.
아, 그러고 보니 이 사무실에서는 TT5 프로토콜이 시범적으로 작동되고 있으니까 혹시라도 하루 표준 시간에 해당 안 되는 사람들은 잠깐 혼란스러울 수도 있다는 거 인지해 주시고.
Alright, TT5-2 protocol is operating at an experimental capacity within this office space. So don't you forget, anyone not synced with the daily standard time might find this a little disorienting. So keep that in mind as well.
뭐라고요?
What?
TT5-2를 처음 듣나 봐? TT5 프로토콜은 이름만 봐도 알 수 있겠지만 TT4 프로토콜보다 시간 효율이 높게 설계된 기술이야. 몇몇 T사 사무실에서만 특별히
This guy is
제공할 수 있지.
fucking
후기를
lore
남기고
dropping
싶으면
on
저
the
게시판에
machine.
자유롭게 써줘. 잠깐, 저 3점짜리는 누가 쓴 거지?
Now that's a look at someone who's never once heard of the TT5-2 protocol, eh? TT5-2 protocol, as its name suggests, is an invention to address the temporal efficiency problem present in the TT4 protocol. It's doing test runs in only a few select T-Corp offices, so if you ever do feel the urge to leave your impressions on the new shiny thing, feel free to jot down a few words on that bulletin. Wait a minute, who wrote that 3-star review? The man who we presume to be a T-Corp staff seemed to very adept at holding a one-sided conversation with zero external input. Okay, he's a yapper. Not that any of us could keep up with how fast he was speaking anyway.
아무튼 슬슬 마음의 준비가 됐으면 가동해 볼까?
Anyways, if you're ready, let's get cracking.
준비됐다.
I am ready. Wait, I don't know if it's a good idea to be ready for something that looks like... What the fuck? The rope extending from the intimidating machine tightened around Mersol's throat.
이게 시간세를 시간으로 납부하는 방법인가요? 교수대에 목을 매다는 게요?
Is this what it means to pay our time tax of time? Getting hanged from the gallows?
정확한 명칭은 시간 저울 교수대야. 납부할 시간만큼 무게를 잰 다음에 시간을 뽑아내지. 원래 이름은 저게 아니었는데 발명품 이름이
What the
58글자나 되는 건 좋지 않다고 그래서 바뀌었을걸?
Please call it by its precise and given name, temporal scale gallows. It measures the exact amount of time you owe and sucks that time right out of you. That wasn't the original name, mind you. There was simply too much hubbub and hubbubaloo about its excessively long name, which is approximately 58 words or letters. Can someone ask him what happened to Mersol?
메르소 씨가 죽나요?
Is that thing gonna kill Mersol?
죽는다니. 이런 평화로운 기계에서 그럴 리가 없잖아. 다만
Kill him, nonsense. She's a very gentle machine. That is simply preposterous. However,
대체로
누군가가 다만
Uh-oh.
이라고 말을 흐릴 땐 더 무섭고 큰 결과가 기다리고 있더구려.
A however spoken in such manner oft portends that events of even greater ill fortune shall befall us.
사실 나도 잘 몰라. 아마 100억 안에 해당하는 시간만큼 납부하게 되지 않을까?
What the fuck? I'm not sure as to what might happen, actually. I suppose it'll suck 10 billion ons worth of time out of your friend?
정확하게 말하도록. 그 납부한 시간만큼 어떻게 되는 건가?
Stop being obtuse. What is that even supposed to mean? It's gonna turn his head into a skeleton.
설마 메르소 씨를 100억 시간 후에 볼 수 있다던가?
Is he going to be stuck like that for like 10 billion hours or something? What?
그건 아니야. T사에는 하루 4시간 보장 제도라는 게 있거든. 다행이지? 아무리 최악의 상황에도 하루를 4시간으로는 살 수 있다는 거니까. T사 복지위원회라는 데가 그러는데 하루에 최소 4시간이면 사람이 목숨은 부지하면서 살 수 있대.
What the hell? Well, not exactly. Let me tell you about T-Corp's particularly generous system called the 4-hour daily minimum time guarantee policy. How generous, hmm? Even when the worst comes to worst, every citizen is entitled to the right to enjoy a minimum of 4-hour days. According to the Time Corp Public Welfare Council, 4 hours is the absolute minimum number of hours in a day to guarantee human survival. Survive being the key word here. What can you even do in 4 hours? Goon, eat, take a shower.
이런 100억 4천만 원을 한 번에 뽑아내는 건 역시 어려웠나 봐. 여기 보여? 측정 불가라고 나오잖아. 이런 경우는 거의 없었는데.
My. Sucking 10 billion and 40 million ons worth of time from your friend was too much. I suppose... Look, it says measurement error. That rarely ever happens.
잠깐, 당신 호기심에 당겼다는 소리예요?
Wait, you pulled the lever when you didn't even know what was going to happen? Just out of curiosity?
응? 당연하지.
We should beat his ass.
100억 안이나 연체된 사람은 처음 보는데 이런 기회를 놓칠 수는 없잖아. 시간 로또에 당첨되어도 세전으로 100억 안에 받을 수는 없는데 하물며 100억 안에 빚져버린다니. 박물관에 전시될 만한 구경거리라고.
Of course. 10 billion on of time tax debt is historically unprecedented amount of debt. So I had to see what would happen. You could land first place in the lottery and you still wouldn't even come close to making 10 billion on. And that's before taxes. I'd say you all belong in the Museum of History if I'm being honest.
그리고 지금까지 교수대에 자기 발로 올라오는 사람들은 많아봤자 기껏 150시간 정도 연체된 사람들이었거든? 그 이상 연체한 사람들은 올라가지 않으려고 도망치다가 괜히 시간만 더 지불했는데 100억 안을 연체한 사람이 이렇게 순순히 올라와 줄지도 몰랐지 뭐야.
Besides, I haven't seen anyone with more than 150 hours in time tax debt willingly step up to the gallows before. Anyone beyond that usually chooses to run and digs themselves into an even deeper debt hole. The point is, I scarcely expected someone in 10 billion on time tax hole to just walk up there like that. Hi, Dragon Artist. What is wrong with this guy? Fucking hanging his ass. Awaken, Mersault! Prithee, surrender not to such machinery. He has so much aura. He opened his eyes after being hung. Thou art unharmed?
괜찮다.
I'm alright. Hey! Who do that shit?
메르소 씨, 얼른 그 교수대에서 내려오는 게 어때?
Why don't you get down from the gallows for now, Mersault? Virgilius literally left for like 5 minutes and they were hanging him. They were hanging Mersault within 5 minutes. Watch it playing? I'm playing fucking Limbus Company. It's in the title. Ow, my elbow. Bro stepped up on his own. Well, he got told to stand there. Virgilius and Faust, who returned just as this incident occurred, were both glaring at us with expressions that were anything but friendly. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? To be fair, they told him to stand there. And he's like, okay. He's such a good boy, he listens. Oh, more reading. Let's go. Okay, I can clearly see that you're both accusing me of letting the sinners run wild again. But we had our reasons.
저들과 이야기는 다 마쳤습니다.
We have reached an agreement.
어떻게 됐어요? 사정은 잘 설명한 거죠? 이대로 저 웃기지도 않은 교수대에 단체로 매달려야 하는 건 아니죠?
And you explain things to them, right? Please tell me that the agreement didn't involve us collectively dangling from that stupid gallows.
100억 원은 관액수이지만 동시에 우리가 책임져야 할 몫이라는 것 또한 확실하다. 실제로 시간에 대한 이득을 누렸고 상호 협의된 사항 또한 아니었으니.
10 billion on is certainly an absurd amount of money, but that doesn't change the fact that we're still responsible for it. We did benefit from the extra time it granted us, and its use was something that wasn't mutually agreed upon before our unilateral activation.
이쪽에서도 사전에 예상하지 못했던 상황이었기에 대비책을 마련할 수도 없었죠.
Because it was an unexpected event, no countermeasures could be put in place either. Hi, Ardina. Yeah, but we didn't exactly have a whole lot of time to debate whether I was allowed to slow down time or not. We really had to think on our feet back then. I felt a bit miffed about being treated as though I was somehow at fault for this. Yeah, honestly, that's fucked up. He's like, how was I supposed to know I could get charged?
좀 더 효율적인 방식의 평가를 부탁하지.
Okay. If you plan to sacrifice one of us to settle the debt, I request that you evaluate our work based on individual merit. I forgot that I was following you on YouTube.
이럴 때를 대비해 평소에 작성해둔 수감자별
You're
업무
funny.
평가지 마지막 장에 있는 별도 의견을 참고해서
I have prepared performance evaluation sheets for each sinner precisely for one such occasion. On the last pages of those evaluation sheets are extra opinions that
누군가를 놓고 갈 계획은 없다. 그리고 고작 한 명의 희생으로 100억 원을 전부 납부할 수도 없을 것이고.
I popped up on your feed? Good! I don't plan on leaving any of you behind to take the fall for this group. Besides, 10 billion on isn't the kind of money that you can settle with the sacrifice of one individual.
하지만 마침내 극적으로 타협점을 찾았지.
I think me doing a backflip probably solved some of the debt.
치고 있을 동안에 말이야.
But we did eventually find a reasonable compromise where you were wasting your time horsing around in front of the gallows. And that compromise is...
뒤틀림 처리에 대한 의뢰입니다.
Oh, we have been contracted to deal with a distortion.
저번에도 그렇고 그래도 우리 회사가 뒤틀림 사건 해결
I mean, that's pretty cool.
관련으로는 알아주게 되었나 봐.
I guess we're really starting to put our names out there if they specifically sought us out to deal with this distortion.
다른 해결사와 업체들의
You
먼저
rubbing my
의뢰를
head.
맡겼었으나 번번이 실패하여서 저희가 6번째 의뢰라고 하더군요.
They sought out other fixers and companies to deal with this issue first. We were the 6th choice after the first 5 failed to produce a meaningful result. Oh.
그런 거였어?
Gotcha.
그래도 입소문이 돌고 있기 시작한 상태라는 건 부정할 수 없는 사실이지.
Well, the stories are starting to circulate via word of mouth. I will not deny that. So what kind of distortion are we dealing with this time?
T사 내에서 연속적으로 벌어지고 있는 미해결 사건이 있다고 합니다. 일각에서는 이를 가리켜
This is a request regarding a series of similar, unresolved cases within T-Corp's borders. Some call it. Man, I don't know why I read it like that. I'm all fucked up today.
이미 피해자도
Limbus Day really fucks me up really bad. The case of time-killing time. Several people have already fallen victim to the perpetrator. The case of time-killing time.
그 말대로다.
It's exactly what it says on the tin.
우리들의 시간이 뒤틀림으로부터 살해되고 있지.
Distortion is running wild, killing our time.
우리 T사에서는 시간이 곧 자산이다. 번번이 벌어지고 있는 시간 강도 같은 경우는 훔쳐간 시간을 통해 범인에 대한 추적이 가능했지만 이번 시간 살인 시간은 시간 자체가 통째로 사라져버려 추적이 불가능한 유례 없이 중대한 사건이지.
Time is an asset here at T-Corp. It is not so difficult for us to track down the occasional time robberies by tracing them, but in the case of a time-killing time, the killer does not leave any traces. It is simply gone, completely removed and untraceable. No such thing has ever happened here before. Thus, the significance of this case cannot be emphasized enough.
그래서 시간 살인 시간을 해결하기 위해
I'm getting a stuffy nose. I
시간세를
don't know if I'm
면하는
getting sick.
조건으로 뒤틀린 포획을 요청하는 바다.
This is why we formally request that you solve this case for us. In return, we will exempt you from the time tax debt.
이렇게 또 와버리고 말았군. 이 몸이 나서야 할 시간이.
Thus arriveth once again my time to shine.
최근에 본인이 정독한 책에 따르면 T사에게 도시 악몽급 이상의 사건을 의뢰받는 탐정들은 수사기간 동안 모두 특별수사관 배지라는 것을 지급받는다 하오. 그것만 있으면 수사에 필요한 여러 협조가 프리패스.
According to a book I perused in recent days, any and all detectives working to solve cases of urban nightmare or beyond are issued this special investigator badge during the course of their employment. 'Tis a badge that may as well be a universal pass to command all kinds of aid regarding the
탐정?
detectives?
해결사들 말이오.
Fixers!
배지는 지급할 생각이다.
We plan to issue you those badges. Yes.
갖고 싶었던 컬러샷 줄 알았는데. 혹시
She's so cute.
배지를 나눠줄 수 있겠는가? 최소 3개 정도는 필요.
Much have I longed to add one such badge to my collection. Perchance thou shalt allow us to keep the badges once this case is dealt with? Nay, I demand that I be awarded at least... I can't see, there's a fucking goober in the way. 3 badges! One for my private collection, one for display, and one for business, so that...
아이 시끄러. 더 들어볼 거 있냐? 빨리 후딱 가서 후딱 해치우고 오자고. 문제는 질색이야.
Shut it, lass! Right, what are we waiting for? Let's crack on. Whack the distortion and get the hell out of here. I hate dealing with money problems.
의욕은 좋게 평가하지. 하지만 말을 좀 끝까지
Yeah!
들었으면
Don't be mean to Don Quixote. Fuck you. I value your enthusiasm, but I would also appreciate it if you could allow others to finish their sentences before cutting them off and going on a long tangent of your own.
문제는 이자들이 13명이나 되는 인원이 사건을 해결한답시고 우르르 몰려다니는 걸 원치 않더군.
The problem is, they don't want all 13 of you running amok in an effort to solve the case.
그 인원으로 거리를 돌아다니며 거주민들의 소중한 하루의 시간을 방해하는 것은 허용하기 힘들다.
Indeed, I can't have your entire group run wild in the streets and potentially waste the precious time of our residents.
또한 특별수사관 배지는 T사에서도 매우 까다롭게 발급해주는 증표로 13개나 지급해줄 수 없지.
Also, the Special Investigator badge isn't something that T-Corp hands out like candy. We can't give away a whole box of badges for all 13 of them.
부분적으로는 동의한다.
I concur to a degree. Otis who has continuously and consistently suggested that we cut down the number of sinners, was the first one to welcome this offer.
도움이 되지 않는 짐덩이를 끌고 다니는 셈이니 한참 전부터 이랬어야 했지.
We should have done something like this a long time ago. What use is there in hauling around these dead weights?
엘리트 인원들이 현장을 뛰며 문제를 해결하고 열애자들은 버스 안에서 얌전히 따라오면서 대기나 하도록.
We will leave the useless pawns behind to wait in the bus while the elite team of high-performing individuals take care of business.
본인이 그 엘리트에 포함될 거라는 믿음이
Damn! Get her ass.
있군, 오티스.
You seem rather confident that you'd be a part of that elite team of high-performing individuals, Otis.
그건 당연한.
It's ridiculous to even suggest otherwise.
헛소리는 그만하고. 그래서 몇이나 허가된 건가요?
Oops. All right. Enough of your nonsense. So, how many of us are allowed to work on the case anyway? Virgilius trailed off, clearly unhappy about this outcome.
3명. 관리자까지 포함한다면 4명이 허용범이겠군.
They have decided that 4 individuals, including the manager, is an appropriate amount of people allowed to partake in this investigation.
그렇게나 적게.
It's not a lot.
이 또한 많은 논쟁이 오고 간 끝에 극적으로 내린 타협이다. 받아들여라.
Accept it. We barely managed to get the authorization for 4 after much debate.
나와 관리자님 2명만으로도 충분한 일일 것을. 구태여.
Then you have wasted your breath. A tag team of the executive manager and I will be more than enough to handily complete this mission. Right, so it all comes to my choice. 3 centers? So many eyes are upon me. Not that I ever had to look them. Not that I've never had them all look at me at the same time before. But the pressure is on a completely different level when it comes to making judgment calls like these.
관리자가 고민이 깊어 보이는군. 쓸데없는 고민은 시간만 흐르게 할 뿐이지.
That one was rough, yeah. Looks like the manager is deep in thought, but pointlessly agonizing over something like this is a waste of time.
일단 자발적으로 의사가 있는 자들부터.
It's because I woke up at 8 in the morning and I didn't get to nap. I'm taking volunteers first, so let's see some hands quickly now. Don Quixote's gonna go. Boom! Yeah, I thought so. Forsooth, I shan't hesitate before such an excellent opportunity.
이번엔 내가 나서 볼까?
Maybe it's finally my time to shine?
아이, 물어볼 게 뭐 있어?
No. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. Don't even need to ask me, alright? Let's get on with it.
나 손 든 거 아니고 안경 닦은 거야.
He said, oh nah. Oh nah, that wasn't. I'm not raising my hand, I'm just cleaning my glasses. He said, oh nah, hell no. This is no simple matter. I've not been with so few sinners before. Except for that one time when we accidentally walked out to the outskirts through the back door. So I had to take this slow and really consider all possible angles.
난감하군.
What a mess.
저쪽에서 멋대로 정한 제약도 많고 그걸 하나하나 설명하며 토의할 시간도 없으니 이번엔 제가 이 자리에서 바로 선별하겠습니다. 단테.
It would be too much trouble for me to list and debate all arbitrary limitations and set, so allow me to make the choices for you this time, Dante. Well, I don't think there's too much of a big gap between them when it comes to their capabilities, but they all excel in different situations.
듣고 있습니까, 단테? 제 쪽에서 빠르게 선정을 해보겠다고 말하고 있습니다.
Dante, are you listening? I just said that I will be the one to choose your companions. No, I need to consider more than just their individual capabilities. Some of them work better when paired with together, but it's also true that haphazardly pairing them together might end up making a team that's less than the sum of its parts. This is all about building team synergy. Wait, didn't Raja say something about how people born in December and August don't mesh well together? And...
이번 사건에 참여할 자는
The sinners who will accompany Dante to solve this case are... I have to choose someone who can support me, calmly assess the situation, and remain free from bias and judgment while making smart, rational decisions on the fly. The sinners who fit that description are, in my opinion, Mersal and False, maybe? Do we even have anyone like that? I still have to choose someone, though. Damn it, I've got it! I choose False, Mersal, and Yi Sang. Oh, yeah.
로자, 류슈, 홍루다.
Why? Wait, huh?
단테는 저와 메르소 씨, 이상 씨를 선택하셨네요.
제 말을 또 듣지 못했습니까,
Have you
단테?
been listening, Dante?
파우스트 씨는 앞으로의 행선지에 관해 저와 논의를 마쳐야 할 사항이 있고 이 상은 한때 T사에서 금지 물품을 발명한 전적이 있기에 회의 중에 기각되었습니다. 메르소는 애초에
Oh fuck! I didn't read. I read it myself. Mersal did not volunteer. Yeah. I have certain things to discuss with Miss Faust regarding our upcoming journey, so she was not an option. And Yiseng was immediately ruled out even before the meeting adjourned, due to his history of developing an unauthorized invention at T-Port. Yeah, but that was so long ago.
나서야 할 이유는 없었다.
There was no reason to volunteer.
단테, 그대의 그 마음만으로도 감동이구려. 네, 꼭 기억하겠소.
Though I may have been disallowed from joining this investigation, I am truly grateful for your appreciation, Dante. I shan't soon forget this. Oh. Wait, that's Hey, Otis, you know that's not at all what I meant. I just thought that maybe we needed someone skilled and experienced like you to effectively manage the remaining sinners while we were...
Yeah.
Okay. I really soured their mood, didn't I? The three of them, who I didn't even imagine in my wildest dreams would be hanging out together, all turned to look in my direction.
와, 세 명뿐이라니 주목을 받기에 딱 좋은 숫자잖아. 안 그래?
Well, just the three of us, huh? A trio is such an eye-catching number, isn't it? Raja, I get, but why the two of you volunteer?
You, Tim.
They haven't really done anything. Thought it sounded fun.
경험은 많고
Fun as hell?
좋을 테니까요.
The greater the quantity and diversity of experience, the better it is. Gah! Don Quixote tragically drops her head to the ground, crestfallen.
본인의 키가 그대들에 비해 조금 작은 탓에 힐잡이 나리께 제대로 닿지 않았을 테지.
I have not else to blame but my slightly lower vertical placement in this world. Indeed, that must be why Sir Virgilius has failed to catch my impassioned hand. It's because they're short. Don Quixote sobbed and dramatically lamenting how Virgilius did not even bat an eye in her direction, despite her being the first one to raise her hand. I don't like that. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only reason he didn't pick her, though.
이것은 본인의 마지막 유산.
This is my final legacy I bestow upon thee.
이건 뭐야? 책이랑 돋보기랑 옷?
So he gave her like a whole fucking Sherlock Holmes outfit? What's all this? A book? A magnifying glass? And are these clothes?
본인이 아껴놓았던 컬렉션. 아껴 쓰시오.
Tis my treasure, my collection. Prithee be gentle with them.
아, 그런데 옷은 왜 세 벌이나 있나요?
Why are you carrying 3 sets of clothing?
그거야. 당연히 감상용 소장용 아니겠는가?
One for my private collection, one for my display, and one for business. Verily, is that not obvious to thee?
13가지의 수수께끼 해결 수사집. 사인도 있네. 애거사 저자.
Agatha. Records of investigation. Solutions to 13 problems by Agatha? Somebody autographed it.
그런데 애거사가 누구야?
Who's this Agatha?
아니, 한때 세븐 협회를 대표했던 1급 해결사이신데 아무도 모르는 것이오?
Holy shit. Fie, how are ye all so ignorant in the lore of fixers? Once she was a grade 1 fixer who was so prolific that she may as well have been the face of the 7 Association. Truly no one?
보통은 모르는 사람이 태반이야, 돈키호테.
Most people don't know those lore, Don Quixote.
옷 거치장.
Cumbersome clothes.
하지만 그걸 입지 않으면 명탐정이 될 수 없단 말이오. 자, 여기 스페셜 코스염은 대장 명탐정이 부채하는 것이오.
How would thou call thyself an ace detective when not dressed appropriately for the occasion? Here, it is only right that the leading ace detective adorn her countenance with this special mustache.
이 책 서문에서 애거사님이 그러시는데요. 명탐정의 기본적인 자격은 옷을 잘 갖춰 입는 것이라고 하네요.
Look, Lady Agatha says in the foreword to this book that any self-respecting ace detective must always dress themselves in impeccable fashion.
이제 그만 놔줘, 돈키호테. 응?
Quixote, just let it go.
그런데 아니 뭐 다른 사람들은 그렇다 치더라도 이스마엘 씨는 왜 열애 멤버에 속하게 된 거야?
So, I mean, I'm sure everyone has their reasons, but how come you didn't get picked for this, Ishmael?
열애 멤버라뇨. 전 애초에 손부터 들지도 않았어요.
Didn't get picked? I never volunteered.
사규를 어기지 않으면서 합리적으로 쉴 수 있는 기회가 어디 흔하겠나요?
That is true. Hey, it's not every day you get a legitimate chance to get some free paid time off without breaking company rules, and I wasn't about to let that chance slip.
뽑힌 인원을 보고 조금 후회하긴 했지만 뭐 정 안 되면 좀 쉬다가 나중에 도와주면 되니까요.
I guess I did have some last-minute regrets when I saw who Vigilius picked, but I'll just relax for a bit and jump in to help him when needed. That's true.
그럼 저희는
Well, good luck while the...
엘리트라고 불러주겠어?
Call us an Elite Four. How's that? What the fuck?
라고 자칭하는 멤버들이 발로 뛸 동안 어디서 피로 좀 풀고 있죠.
While the self-proclaimed Elite Four runs around T-Corp, why don't we find a place to take the edge off and unwind?
유감이군.
How unfortunate.
제4에서는 나머지 수감자들의 자유로운 활동을 허가해주지 않았다.
T-Corp did not authorize the rest of the sinners to run about unmonitored.
100억 원이나 되는 액수가 걸린 이들을 우리 쪽에서 어떠한 담보도 없이 풀어줄 수는 없는 일.
You must understand that we simply cannot let individuals responsible for 10 billion ons worth of time tax roam free without proper collateral.
보아하니 시간
that sucks.
체납자들이 일시적으로 거주하는 방이 별도로 마련되어 있다는 모양이군.
Looks like they have temporary lodgings for those who have failed to pay their time tax. Virgilius was pointing at what was clearly a jail cell. Oh. Damn.
길잡이, 네 놈이 말한 방이 저곳인가?
Are you certain that's the lodging guide?
내가 유치장에 갇혀야 한다고?
I'm going to jail?
살아있는 담보물이 되어서 말이죠.
Yep. As living collaterals, apparently.
언젠가 돌이켜보면 다 좋은 추억일 거야. 그럼 우리 다녀올게. 잘 지키고 있어.
It'll be fun. Hey, betcha you'll look fondly back at this memory when it's all said and done, okay? We'll be right back, so be nice and stay put.
그래도 이 감옥은 난방이라도 틀어주네.
Nice. This jail cell at least has some heating. Wait.
그런데 만약 저놈들이 저대로 안 오면 어떻게 되는 거냐?
What happens if they just leave and don't come back?
한 100억 원어치 시간이 지난 후에 보는 건가?
No cursing. I haven't been cursing. We'll be seeing him again after 10 billion ons worth of time passes, I guess.
뭐?
What? What? They actually got dressed? They're funny. Dude, Don Quixote's freaking out.
어이, 돌아와라. 그 정도 시간이면 배가 다 짜져버릴 것이다.
Hi, Scabby. Hey, wait, get back here. That's more than enough time to finish weaving on the loom. Damn, splurging. Oh, god dang it. Got the detective drip on? Yeah. How you doing, Scabby? Yeah, it's my banana suit. We're playing like this is like a free-to-play Korean gotcha visual novel type game. So we're like doing like a story thing. We're reading everything. Calm down, all right? We'll be back before you even...
명탐정이 되어 돌아오게 명심하시오.
Is she crying? No, she's not crying. Thou shalt return triumphantly as a glorious band of ace detectives! Mark my words! We set off on our journey after receiving the aforementioned special investigator badges, leaving the chaotic screaming and hollering of the remaining sinners behind. After a while, all we could hear was the sad, intermittent clattering of metal as someone violently shook the steel bars.
자, 그럼 가볼까나? 세 번째 피해자를 만나러. 이 사건 기록에 따르면 아하, 이곳이
TLDR,
멀지는 않네.
we're in tax debt, and we're trying to pay it off. It's like 10 billion and 440 million. And so we're forced into doing a job for them to pay off the debt. And we can only have 3 people helping us, so they put everybody else in a jail cell. All right, looks like everyone's ready. Let's get a move on and have a little chat with the third victim. Let's see. The case records say that... Aha, there it is. It's just a stone's throw away.
What?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing good. Just been relaxing, playing Limbus. I missed last week's Limbus Tuesday. Yesterday I played Metaphor Refantasio. It's made by the guys who made Persona, and 90% of the stream was fine. 90% of the stream was fine, but the last 10% I found out I had like an audio desync, and it really made me really mad. But I really want to play again. Hopefully the desync doesn't happen again. Like I'm fiending to play Metaphor.
왜냐니? 첫 번째랑 두 번째 피해자는 신문할 수 없는 상황이라고 사건 기록에 적혀 있잖아. 아, 참 안타까운 일이야.
Huh? What do you mean, huh? Look at the record. It clearly states that neither of the first 2 victims is in a communicative state. How unfortunate.
아니 내 말은 왜 자연스럽게 동행하냐는 거야. 우린 더 안 껴줄 거거든. 호이.
No, I mean, why are you coming along with us? I'm sorry, but we're not taking sidekick applications right now. Go away. Shoo.
아니, 예정되어 있던 인원이다.
Incorrect. One of us will be joining your team.
진척도에 대한 즉각적인 보고를 받기 위해 우리 쪽에서 내부 직원을
Oh, it's gonna be the annoying guy?
예정했으니.
We're going to send an employee with you so that we can receive immediate updates regarding your investigation progress.
더럽게 깜깜.
Yo, Roshi looks so cool. Pull that stick out of your ass.
우리 쪽에선 2등급을 보내려고 했는데 당신은
We plan to send a class 2 staff member with you, but you're...
나? 나는 5등급. 여기 명찰 보이지?
Me? Class 5. See the badge? The chatterbox of an employee replied cheerfully as he produced a twinkling badge from his clothes.
몰라 배웠습니다.
Wait, he's super high rank? But he's so annoying. Apologies for failing to recognize you, sir. I scarcely expected to see a class 5 auditor all the way down here.
5등급? 저 사람이 정말로?
That guy's a class 5 staff? Really?
5등급이라면
No wonder he's so weird.
회사의 직원분들 중에
So high rank.
가장 높은 직책이죠?
Oh, wow. Class 5 is the highest rank one could reach as a wing employee, right?
내가 알기로도 그런데.
Yeah, as far as I know.
뭐 꼭 그런 것만도 아니지. 그런 건 둥지마다 다를 테니까. 12등급, 20등급도 있을지 어떻게 알아?
Don't be so sure. It depends on which wing you're talking about. Who knows? Maybe there's our class 12 or even class 20 employees out there.
자, 그럼 해결된 거지? 문제 없지? 그럼 가볼까?
Get it? Got it? Good. Let's get a move on. We stared in silent bafflement as the employees stormed out of the building, then hurriedly followed him out of the door.
대박이지 않아? 시간 살인이라니. 시간을 느리거나 빠르게 하는 걸 넘어서 시간을 통째로 빼낸 거잖아.
Isn't it absolutely brilliant? The very concept of killing time. They're not slowing down or speeding up time. They're eliminating it completely, just yanking it out of circulation. That's weird. For context, time is like a currency in this area. So, your name is...
마이?
Mai?
편할 대로 불러. 이름 같은 건 중요하지 않아.
Relax and call me however you want. Names are such unimportant things, aren't they?
아니, 이름은 중요하다.
No, names matter. Really? You never call anyone by their names, though.
대놓고 감시역으로
Oh,
온
that's funny.
느낌인데 편할 대로 부르라니.
Relax and call you however we want, but you're obviously here to be our handler.
그것도 그렇네. 알았어, 그럼.
That's true. That does make things a tad awkward, doesn't it? Let me think.
너희 탐정 옷도 입고 있겠다. 나를 쓸만한 조수라고 생각하는 건 어때?
I've got it. You're all dressed like detectives, so why don't you consider me your ever helpful assistant who tags along to your ventures?
아무리 그래도 그렇지.
So call him Watson? Okay, but still. Roshu, who was staring off into the distance while puffing her cigarette, suddenly spoke up just as Raja was about to retort.
조수, 알맞은 장소로 안내하도록.
Assistant, lead us.
Yes, sir.
Right away, ma'am.
혹시 조수랑 하인이랑은 어떻게 다른 건가요? 이전에 저희 집에 고용되었던 분들은 말이죠.
What's the difference between an assistant and a servant? You know, my family used to employ... Uh-oh. They sure warmed up to him fast. He used to employ who? What do you mean by that? I want to fidget with the arm thingy. The time-killing puzzle. This is a lot of reading. This is a lot of relaxing. I don't have to get mad. Let's see. The third victim of this case is a watch factories. Is this watch factories?
잠깐.
Hold up.
저 범상치 않은 복장. 멋내려고 노력한 수염으로 보면 이 공장의 사장이었던 거야. 그렇지, 조수?
The obviously gaudy and expensive suit, the meticulously trimmed and shaped mustache. The third victim must be the owner of this factory. Assistant, confirm my deductions.
정답이야, 탐정님.
Oh, she was right. You're right on the money, detective.
시작이 좋네요.
We're off to a great start. Woohoo!
우리는 시간 살인 시간 해결을 위해 나온
Ahem, ahem. We are detectives working on the case of the time-killing time. My name is... Huh? He's speaking the language of the gods.
뭐라는 거야?
What the fuck? Is he like so sped up that we're not understanding what he's saying? What's going on?
유슈, 탐정.
Roshu, detective.
우와, 말을 굉장히 빠르게 하시는 분이시네요. 예전에 메르소 씨가 치킨을 먹고 감상을 말해주셨을 때보다 훨씬 더 빨라요.
Sure is a fast talker. He's talking way faster than Mersault did when he reviewed those chickens. He's in demon mode. He's talking so fast. It's like someone pressed a fast forward button just for him or something, and I can't understand it. The thing coming out of his
저
mouth.
사람은 가지고 있는 시간이 많은 거야.
He's someone who has a lot of time.
가지고 있는 시간이 많다고?
I feel like the assistant is the murderer. I have no idea. What's that supposed to mean?
평균적인 티사 시민의 하루는 20시간에서 28시간 정도지만 간혹 저런 부자들도 있어. 가진 시간이 많아서 하루가 40시간, 50시간. 이렇게 되면 시간이 적은
What the
사람에겐 상대적으로
heck?
빠르게 보일 수밖에 없지. 저러면
I wish I could do that.
남들 모르게 팔 수도 있을 걸.
An average T-Corp citizen has about 20 to 28 hours in a day. But you might also run into someone like him, people who have plenty of time to spare. Because they have so much surplus time, they can afford to condense 40 to 50 hours into a single day. And to people with fewer hours in a day, it looks as though he's moving 2 to 3 times faster than them. Someone with that much time could pick their nose in the blink of an eye before anyone even has a chance to catch them in the act. This place is so weird. Ew. He's gonna dig in his butt, and nobody would know. I gave Raja a quick look of concern. She had to do something before Roshu. SHNC. What was that supposed to mean? A quick look as in a brief flicker of the flames burning on my clock.
저기 좀 더 천천히 말해줄래? 안 그러면 당신이 또 다른 피해자로 발견될 수도 있거든. 어쩌면 이번엔 숨이 끊어진 채로.
Would you mind slowing down a bit? I'm just worried that you're at risk of becoming a victim of completely different, slightly more fatal crime. He shook his head in frustration, very rapidly that is, before activating what appeared to be a voice recorder. It began to play his voice back at us.
반갑습니다. 저는 T사에서 이 시계
Name's
공장을
Bumble?
운영하고 있는 범블이라고 합니다.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name's Bumble, a proud proprietor of this watch factory.
의사소통이 이런 식으로 오가는 건 양해를 부탁드리겠습니다.
Apologies for this awkward method of communication.
저는 하루를 52시간으로 쓰고 있거든요. 전성기 때는 100시간으로도 산 적이
100
있었는데
hours in
요새
a
공장
day.
사정이 조금 안 좋아져서요.
You see, my days are 52 hours long. I used to live 100-hour days in my heyday, but the things have taken a turn for the worse at the factory in recent years.
52시간?
52 hours?
제 눈에는 여러분들이 매우 느릿느릿 말하고 있는 것처럼 들립니다. 답답하지만 이 사건을 해결해줄 탐정분들이라 하니 너그럽게 이해하고 있는 중입니다.
To me, it looks as though you're all talking very, very, very slowly. I must say, it's quite frustrating, but I'm willing to suffer this annoyance as long as you can solve this case.
아니, 하루를 52시간으로 세면 대체 어떤 인생을 살고 있는 거야?
You have 52 whole hours to spend in a single day? I can't even imagine what that'd be like.
선택하고 알찬 인생이랄까요? 저는 여러분보다 더 많은 일들을 할 수 있답니다. 예를 들어서 충분한 숙면을 취할 수 있으니까 피부가 더 매끈해진다거나 한번 만져보실래요?
Dang. Oh, I could tell you if you're that curious. It's very, very full life, I must say. Having more time to spend in a day means that I can get more things done in a day. Like sleeping 10 or more hours a night and having more than 40 hours left to spend. Good sleep really is the key to keeping your skin moist and fresh. Indeed. I'll let you touch it if you want. Hell no. As though in an effort to demonstrate, Bumble was constantly zooming around the room, checking his documents, calling someone on the phone, and even brushing his teeth while we stood there listening to his recordings.
본론을 말해라.
I don't care, let's get to the point.
그때는 어느 이른 저녁이었습니다.
It was one late evening.
그날도 여느 날과 다름없이 바쁘게 길을 걷고 있는 중이었습니다. 중요한 약속이 있었거든요.
Let's see, like always, I was busily walking down the street. I had a very, very important meeting to attend to, you know.
그런데 갑자기
And all of a sudden,
습격을 당한 거야?
an attack?
아니요. 집에 썰어두었던 베이컨을 탁자 위에 두고 왔던 게 생각났지 뭐예요. 23구에 보랏빛 소금으로 절여뒀어야 했는데.
No, I just happened to recall that I left the bacon on the kitchen counter at home. I should have left it covered with District 23's purple salt.
아, 저희 둘째 고모가 자주 쓰시던 소금이네요.
My second oldest aunt used to sprinkle that salt all the time. The point?
와, 그래서 시계탑의 시간을 보면서 집에 다시 돌아가야 할지 고민 중이던 찰나에.
Well, so I stopped briefly, looking at the clock tower and wondering if I should head back home to salt that bacon.
갑자기 시간 살인마에게 습격을 당한 겁니다.
And that's when the time ripper struck. I don't know, I said time strucker. What the hell?
시계탑?
The clock tower.
T사에는 구역마다 A사 기준의 표준 시간을 알려주는 시계탑이 12개 있어. 각자가 보내는 시간이 다르다 보니 시계도 개인의 하루에 맞춰지거든. 진짜 시간을 알려면 시계탑을 봐야 해.
Each one of the 12 zones at T-Corp has a clock tower that displays a A-Corp standard timescale. Because everyone has different hours to spend in a day, their watch sync with their respective timescales as well. So to tell the real objective time, one would have to check the clock tower. Oh.
신기하네요.
That's pretty neat.
그게 중요한 게 아니지 않아? 어디 보자. 일단 인상착의를 설명해 주겠어?
Alright, you two. Let's focus on the stuff that's actually important. Let's see, how about we start with the physical description?
아마 양복을 입고 있었고.
A fine tailored suit?
양복이라. 시간 살인마라는 별명치고 꽤나 멋부렸는데.
A tailored suit? A bit fancy for someone called a time ripper, don't you think?
5,800만 원짜리
What the
양복이었을
heck?
거예요. 맞춤 양복이었는데 착용감이 꽤 좋았죠.
He's talking about himself. It must have costed me about 58 million ANA. Of course, since it was tailor-made, its comfort was beyond human imagination. Wait, what?
그리고 멋지고 날렵한 코수염이 있었고요.
And how could I forget this impressive yet keenly shaved mustache?
아니, 본인의 인상착의를 말하라는 게 아니었어.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about your own physical description.
모분까지 한 번.
One more chance until I snap your neck clean. I think that's what she's saying.
아, 그자는
Oh, you mean the murderer's appearance? Well, let me think.
기억이 잘 안 나네요. 워낙 순식간에 덮쳐왔어.
I don't recall anything. It just happened so fast that.
시간이 살해된 순간 어땠지? 고통을 느꼈나?
How did it feel to have your own time killed? Was it painful? Can you not ask something like that with such a big grin on your face?
아니요, 그냥
Nope, it was just.
눈을 감았다가 뜨기만 했는데 100시간이 사라져
wow.
있었어요. 그것 때문에 중요한 약속도 놓쳐버리고 손해가 이만저만이 아니라고요.
100 hours was gone in a blink of an eye. I missed my very important appointment thanks to that. I'll have you know, I suffered so much damage as
100시간이면 일주일이 사라진 거야?
100 hours? You lost a whole week in a blink of an eye?
응? 아니에요. 저한테 100시간이면 이틀 정도랍니다.
That is
하지만
true.
그것도 손해가 막심하지요.
Nope. 100 hours for me is just 2 days or so. Still, you have no idea how much I lost because of those 2 days.
시간을 도려내다니. 그런 발명품이라면 올해의 발명가상을 받고도 아마 벼락부자가 됐을지도 몰라. 상금이 꽤 쏠쏠하거든. T사에서는 발명가들에게 장려를 적극적으로 해주니까.
Ripping away time, huh? An invention that enables something like that would certainly win the Inventor of the Year award and loads of prize money that comes with it. Tiko really values and supports its investors, you know.
옛날에는 T사 대표라는 사람이 직접 나와서 상을 주기도 했대. 그제도 발명가 출신이다 보니까 그 정신을 계속 이어나가라는 의미였나 봐. 나도 본 적 있었는데 사인까지 해주더라니까.
So people say that once upon a time, T-Corp's chief executive director himself showed up to bestow the awards. I guess once an inventor is always an inventor. I said that he was probably wanted others to carry on his inquisitive spirit. I've seen their ceremony once, and he was giving away autographs.
조수, 그럼 범인은 상을 받았던 발명가 중 하나가 아닐까?
Then maybe we're looking for an inventor who received an award for that tech. Assistant?
그런데 모든 발명품들은 T사의 기술청에 반드시 등록을 해야만 하거든. 몇 번 예외는 있었던 것 같아. 지난번에는 구인이라는 단체가 등록하지 않은 발명품들을 가지고 있었더라고. T사 전체가 완전 뒤집어졌었지. 다들 체포한다고 여기저기 뛰어다니고 회의하고 그랬는데 나는...
But every invention at T-Corp needs to be registered at the Technology Administration Agency, though it is not without a few exceptions. There was once upon a time when a rogue group of inventors called the League of Nine Literateurs made some inventions that they neglected to register. And wow, what a mess that was. Every single corner of T-Corp was up in arms, everyone dashing about in a panic, making arrests, holding important meetings while I...
그렇게나 소란이 있었던 건가요? 이상 씨, 정말 마음고생이 심하셨겠어요.
Was that big of a deal? I can't imagine how hard it must have been for Yi-Sang.
잠깐, 그래서? 기술청에 저런 발명품이 등록되어 있었어?
Alright. So, is there anything like that registered in T-Corp's tech agency?
아니, 처음 보는데?
Nope, first time I've heard anything about it. Anything like it.
그런 건 진작 말해줘.
You could have started there, you know. What if this power is granted by the distortion? Meanwhile, Roshu, who was completely uninterested in the conversation, stared off into the distance. She looked out the factory window and let out another puff of smoke before muttering quietly to herself.
살인자도 시체도 없군.
No killer, no corpses. Well, yeah, no one's actually dead. We don't know where the killer is.
범인은 누구일까요?
Who could it be, I wonder?
제 양복을 탐낸 사람일 거라니까요.
Someone who took a liking to my very expensive suit, I say.
패스. 그 양복 구려.
Oh, disagree. Your suit's shit. Oh.
그리고 내가 내 놈을 죽이고자 했다면.
Besides, if I really wanted to kill you.
저를요?
Me? Why would you? Me? Why would you?
내 놈만큼 빠른 속도로 걸어야 하지.
I'd have to move as fast as you do.
그래야 정확하게 급소를 꿰뚫을 수 있을 테니.
I won't be able to get a good aim at your vitals otherwise. Roshu strode towards him before suddenly breaking into a charging sprint. Bumble rapidly stumbled back in terror, but Roshu was fast enough to close the distance and press her scabbard into his neck, despite the disparity in time.
이렇게 말이지.
Just like this. What is she doing?
진짜 저대로 칼집제 패버리는 줄 알았어.
Well, I thought she was actually about to beat the crap out of him with that scabbard.
그러면 범인은 바로 류슈님인 걸로 사건이 종결되었겠네요.
That'd be case closed then, All we'd have to do is arrest Roshu.
무서웠잖아요.
You scared the heck out of me, huh?
그러고 보니 그놈은 제 급소를 찌른 건 아니긴 했지만.
Well, I suppose that the villain didn't really stab me in my vitals or whatever,
그런 식으로 갑자기 나타나긴 했던 것 같아요.
But he did appear all of a sudden just like you,
그렇구나. 무작위 사람을 대상으로 한 사건은 아니었던 거겠네.
I see, so the killer isn't running around ripping the time away from random people left and right.
처음부터 저 재수를 노린 거다.
Yes, the killer was specifically going for that ass. A void left behind by Sinclair's absence was much bigger than I thought. He's usually the one that translates it. What does she mean? I meant that... Oh, that's funny. I meant that annoying, stupid stash. Not having that kid here is frustrating.
말도 안 돼요. 애초에 저를 미워할 사람이 누가 있겠어요.
No way, can you think of a single person who would hate someone like me, I can think of more than a few.
아니면 제 양복이 탐이 나서 한번 입어보고 싶었던 걸 수도 있고요.
I say that it must have been the work of some bandit who wanted to try on my tailored suit,
아니면 저 직원들 중 한 명일 수도 있지 않을까요?
What about your employees?
애고사님이 쓰신 책엔 범인은 언제나 가까운 곳에 있다고 적혀 있었거든요.
Lady Agatha's book says that to find the culprit, we must first look at the victim's immediate circle. I have no idea if that book Don Quixote gave us earlier is actually helping, but I suppose it's at least a very good page turner. Honglu can't seem to be able to tear his eyes away from it. Maybe I should check it out too, once we were back on the bus.
그럴 수도 있겠네.
Yeah, that works.
그렇다면 범인은
Then the culprit
사장을 미워한 나머지 시간을 뺏으려고 한 거지.
has to be the employee who hates the owner so much enough to try to take his time.
아니요, 그럴 일은 없어요. 보다시피.
No, that seems quite impossible, as you can see.
뭐야, 저 사람들?
What? The laborers at this factory.
엄청나게 느린 속도로 일하고 있는데?
They're all working so slowly, like they're moving through molasses.
아, 저런 노동자들은 하루를 10시간 정도로 살아가. 그마저도 공장에서
10-hour
하루 대보를
days?
쓰곤 하지.
Most factory laborers like them usually live rather short 10-hour days, most of which they spend at their factory jobs anyway. That's fucked up. What did you say?
여러분, 이번 달 생산량이 지난번 생산량보다 고작 13%밖에 안 늘어났어요. 이래선 이익을 충분히 남기지 못한다고 제가 몇 번이나 말하지 않았나요?
Listen up, everyone. Our output gain only saw 13% growth compared to last month's growth. Have I not impressed upon you how important this is? We'll be falling behind profit margin projections at this rate. Bumble hollers at them in frustration. The laborers very slowly turn their heads to look up at the factory owner, even that simplest action taking an excruciatingly long time to complete.
하지만 사장님,
Dude,
지난번보다
he sounds like a Chad. Boss, it's impossible to work any faster. Then...
답답해. 도달 시간에 하나라도 더 조립하세요.
Ooh, how bothersome, Let's complete more assembling, Use your times effectively, Chop chopper! And he's back to talking super fast.
안 그래도 톱니바퀴 발품이 갑자기 안 와서 심란해 죽겠는데.
You have no idea how frustrating it has been for me as late. Did you even know that the next batch of cogs have stopped all of a sudden, I was about to try reading that out. What the fuck is wrong with me? We could understand him thanks to the recorder next to us, but everyone is out of earshot would have no chance of understanding whatever he's talking about.
이봐, 범블 씨.
Hey, Mr. Bumble.
알고 있어? 당신의 말은 저들에게 너무나도 빠르게 들리고 있어. 대체 어떻게 알아들으라는 거야?
I feel like you're talking way too fast for them to understand. You know that? How do you expect them to understand the thing you're saying?
무슨 말씀을? 저들이 너무 느린 거예요. 이 바쁘고 정신없는 도시에서는 빠르고 빠릿하게 사는 사람들만이 성공할 수 있다고요?
So, it's not me who's too fast, it's them who are too slow. Only hustlers and busy bees like myself who make the best of their time can rise above the rest in this chaotic, bustling city,
아니, 처음부터 말이 되질 않잖아.
You know what? That's a load of bull.
시간이 부족해서 이렇게 느려진 사람들이 어떻게 빠르고 빠릿하게 살아?
How are they supposed to hustle or make the best of their times when they're practically nailed to the floor and with what time? Raja, hey. I don't think someone like him will ever understand what you're talking about. He was born and raised in T-Corp after all. Yeah, that's fucked up. Literally, they have no chance to do anything. They're stuck in this loop.
저게 정상적인 모습이라고 생각하는 거야?
Hey, assistant, you're a class 5 employee, right? Aren't you supposed to be a big shot? Do you seriously think there's anything normal about all of this?
정상?
Normal.
혹시 탐정님들은 도시의 모든 둥지를 일주하고 온 거야? A에서부터 Z 사이 둥지까지?
Dear detectives, do you happen to be returning from a round trip across every single nest in the city? All the way from A to Z? Can you confidently say that you've seen all there is to see?
그건 아니지만.
Not really, but...
그런 생각은 안 해봤어? 정상이라는 건 힘겨워하는 자들이 만들어낸 환상일 수도 있다고.
Then give this idea a thought, why don't you? That the notion of what is normal is just a mirage conjured by the downtrodden and the suffering.
어떤 둥지든 간에 고통은 존재할 거라는 거지.
That is to say that suffering is just a part of life in the city, regardless of which nest you're in.
적어도 하루를 50시간이나 사는 여기 범블 씨는 고통이란 게 없어 보이는데.
I don't see any suffering in that mug of Mr. 50 Hours Days over here. Right, fuck. Mr. 50-hour days right here.
너무해요. 저도 고통이란 게 있다고요.
Such harsh words. I have my share of pain. I will have you know.
애타게 기다리고 있는 게 있는데 시간이 너무 안 가서 감질맛이 난다고요.
I've been waiting for something to get finished for a while. Do you know how much of a pain it is to wait for something but also have too much time in your day? It is so tedious. Bumblebee gently fixed his mustache and hair before caressing his expensive coat with care. Holy shit. That was interesting. My fucking lower back hurts, goddammit. Let's see. Should I try pulling? Perhaps we gamble. Interesting. What do you mean? What do you say? It was interesting. It was pretty cool. You're using that puppet motherfucker's pictures. Curious. I hated that rich dude. Yeah, I know. And the fucking vocal tick. The was definitely messing up my reading. I want to gamble. I want to gamble. I want to gamble. Is it voice one? Made it weird when I read it too. Yeah. After end attack end after clash win. Heal 6% health and 5 for each. And then inflicts power down next turn. Your crazy dog, do as you will. I just want to pull shit. I want Don Quixote. Let's pull. Yay! We got poop! Blade lineage salso. Well, we got something new at least, I guess. I can only pick 3.
언제든지요.
손맛이 뭔지 보여주지.
This is why we save. True, true. But at least I got something new. I don't mind.
내 작품 또 보고 싶었나 봐.
This is not good. Whoa, that's crazy, dude. How did this happen? Oh my god. What is a facade? What is this? Weavable. These are skins? Oh. Interesting. Okay. Just overlay one's ID visual over any other ID. I see.
내 명을 들은 시비수 결정. 반대로 생각해 보면 되겠네요.
Maybe we can flip the script on our line of thought.
로자 씨, 부자를 미워하는 건 보통 어떤 부류의 사람일 것 같아요?
What kind of people, Raja, do you think hate rich people?
단 가족은 빼고요. 만약 제가 갑자기 의문의 살인 사건을 당한다면 범인은 분명 제 가족 중 한 명일 거예요. 그게 아니라면 히스클리프 씨 정도일까요?
Well, except for their families. If I ever do get murdered under mysterious circumstances, I'm willing to bet it's one of my family members who did me in. Or Heathcliff. That's a pretty dark joke.
범블 씨를 정확하게 노렸어. 하지만 여기 일하는 직원들은
Rich people hate other rich people, I guess.
뒤틀림으로 보이지도 않고.
The culprit went straight for Bumble, but his employees literally can't move fast enough to have done that. None of them look like distortions either. What the fuck? Oh, I'm seeing like a faint reflection of like a soda can in the dark. It looked like eyes looking at me. Yes, if the culprit's hiding among the slowpokes, Clock would have noticed it.
그렇다면 범인은 시간을 많이 가지지 못한 외부인.
The hallucinations are kicking in from waking up to her like so early. Then that narrows the culprit down to someone unrelated to this factory, someone without much time, someone who's got a bone to pick against the time rich.
아니면 T사 둥지 자체에 불만을 품고 있는 사람일지도 모르겠네요.
Or it could be someone who's unhappy about the state of affairs in the T-Corp nest.
그리고 단테 씨 말처럼 뒤틀림의 힘일 수도 있지만 기술청에 등록이 안 된 발명품을 가지고 있을지도 모르고요.
Also, while Dante could be right that this power is granted by a distortion, nothing rules out the possibility that they may be using the investigation. Fuck. Why did I say I'm getting fucked up? My eyes are crossing. That they may be using an unregistered invention. That's what I meant to say.
그렇다면 한 놈이 아닐지도 모르겠고.
There may be more than a single culprit then.
한 명이 아닐 수도 있더라. 잠깐 생각해보니 나 비슷한 느낌의 단체를 알고 있는 것 같은데.
More than a single culprit, huh? Wait, I think I know an organization that might fit that exact description.
에이, 아니겠지. 그 녀석들은 더 이상 직접 나서서 행동하지 않게 됐으니까. 제2사에서도.
Nah, no way. I doubt it. They don't ever take drastic actions like these anymore. Even back at the J-Corp.
우와, 우연이다. 나도 그런 느낌으로 활동하는 단체에 대해서 요즘 소문을 많이 들었거든.
Wow, that's some coincidence. Coincidence, isn't it? I happen to know a group of people just like them. Sometime later in a certain alleyway.
둥지에 불만이 있는 사람들?
A group of people unhappy with the state of affairs in the nest.
유로 TV를 말씀하시는 겁니까?
Perhaps you are looking for the Euro DVA? Yeah. I haven't said that in a while.
아, 기억나요. 로저 씨의 친구분이 만드신 단체죠?
Ah, that rings a bell. Isn't your friend the founder of that organization, Roja? Roja stopped dead in her tracks. Uh-oh.
유로 TV가
Euro DVA.
이곳에도 있어?
Here?
그 단체에 대해 아십니까?
Do you know something about that organization?
여러 둥지에서 활동 중이라 들었습니다.
What the
저희
fuck? My
T사의
eye just
모습을
stung
드러낸
really
건
bad for
비교적
some reason.
최근이고요.
I did hear that they've been spreading through the nest as of late, though it hasn't been long since they started popping up within T-Corp's borders.
그래서 저 같은 T사 직속 직원들이 당직을 서서 수상한 자들을 대상으로 검문을 하고 있고요.
So direct T-Corp employees like myself have been stationed all over the nest to question any suspicious individuals.
지루해 죽겠습니다. 같은 곳에서 계속 검문만 하려니까.
Me thinks it's a real bother. Sending guard here, all this stop and search, so tedious.
그 유로 TV가 이곳에선 어떤 짓을 하고 다니고 있는데?
So what are the Euridiviae up to around here?
별별 좀도둑 같은 짓을 다 합니다. 돈을 훔치거나 시간을 훔치거나.
All kinds of stuff that petty thieves get up to. Stealing things like time or money.
뭐 가끔 돈도 시간도 없는 사람들이 맡기는 사건을 해결해주는 탐정업도 한다곤 하는데.
Well, I did hear that they also do some pro bono detective work for people who can't afford the time or money to hire people and...
잠깐, 거기 당신 왜 그렇게 구부정하게 다니는 겁니까? 검문입니다.
Wait, stop right there, you. What are you looking around all shifty for? It's a stop and search.
아니,
Isn't that guy from the beginning?
무섭게 노려보고 있잖아요.
What? Hey, I'm just trying to walk away from that lady with the cig and that creepy glare.
유로 TV는 어디서 만날 수 있어?
Where can we find them? The Euridiviae.
어려울 것도 없죠. 아마
Well, quite easily, in fact. Let's see there. Honglu! What happened? A sudden explosion tore Honglu to shreds as he was peeking around an alleyway. Motherfucker, you just found an IED?
말하자마자 귀신같이 나타났잖아. 이럴 줄 알았으면 배지의 그 기능부터 활성화시켜줄 걸 그랬나?
Speak of the devil, maybe I should have activated their badges earlier. Is this a street cleaner? Activated our badges?
아이고, 단테. 싸움은 제대로 시작도 안 했는데 고생이네.
Honglu just got blown the fuck up. We were starting off with a bang, huh? Good luck, Dante.
빨리 살려주자.
Let's bring him back. Gotcha, turning the clock now.
잠깐, 살린다고요?
Wait, you can bring him back?
저기다! 저기에서 설치해놓은 폭탄이 터졌어!
There, the explosion came from that way.
역시 이 시간에 예상대로 징수에 나서는군. 이 더러운 시계줄놈들.
Damn, wash chains of T-Corp, here to collect your filthy dues, eh?
설명할 시간 없는 건 피차 다 아는 것 같으니까 나중에 얘기하자.
Okay, no time to explain, right? Let's talk about that later.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자.
하야.
짐승들의 재갈을 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한
어중간한 예술. 물어뜯어 고칠 수밖에.
Very good. Now this is something worth a watch. I very much prefer the Earthblock. It goes by too fast. Music is pretty fucking good in this chapter so far.
몸소 보여주지. 어떻게 대관원을 숙청해 왔는지.
I think the pause button makes it stay on the screen. I ain't gotta pause, it's fine. If you really want to read, press that button now.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Kill that boy.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Cool. How we doing, chat?
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길을 보지만 세월이 지나면
Nope. I have to
홍어는
replace you
그제야
at your
알게
ass.
되겠지.
He's level 24.
이
Oh, this
홍어가
Hisei looks cool, I guess. Pick him.
무얼 바꾸었는지를.
Shelley playing Mortal Shell on the side while watching. Did the second one come out? I couldn't get into Mortal Shell 1. It felt too, like, unfinished. Just retreat!
이봐 참가상.
Hey, participation trophy. Participation trophy? Is he talking to me?
아까 그거 어떻게 했던 거야? 똑딱똑딱 하더니 다친 친구들의 시간을
I
돌려놓았잖아.
got 3-day early access for deluxe edition. Oh shit, that's pretty cool. How on earth did you do that earlier? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, and voila! It seemed to me that you rewound time and unwounded your friends. I've never seen a tech that could rewound time like that. Well, that's
영업 비밀. 알면 다쳐.
asking trade secret. Asking you shall receive pain.
신기하네. 너희는 시간이 무섭지 않아?
Fascinating. Aren't you terrified of time?
격리되지 않은 공간에서 한 개체의 시간을 따로 되돌리는 방법 같은 건 없어. 그게 아니라면 내 탐구가 부진했구나. 아니야. 그럼 정말 심각한 문제인데. 난 꽤 절실한 축에 속했으니까.
As far as I'm aware, there's practically no way to rewind time for a singular entity that exists in an open, unenclosed area. Either that, or my study didn't reach as far as I thought it did. Wait, no. That's actually a very serious problem then. I was very desperate, you know. It's very unlikely that I missed anything.
이런 상황에서 한가하게 대화를 나누는 게 더 심각하거든. 빨리 쫓아가자, 단테.
You know what's else a serious problem? The fact that they're wasting our time we're wasting our time chatting about inane stuff while they're all getting away. Come on, Dante.
잠깐 기다려봐. 한가하다니. 이건 진짜 심각한 이야기라고. 저런 불순분자 며칠 붙잡는 게 문제가 아니야. 아직 머리에서 찾아오지 않는 걸 보면 생명 부활은 아닐 테니 역시 시간을 건드리는 방식일 텐데.
Hold on, inane stuff? This is extremely serious. Its importance is absolutely incomparable to what amounts to arresting a few small fry revolutionaries. If it were a true resurrection, then the head would have been after your heads already. So I doubt that's what this is. Then it must be something to do with time manipulation. I'm certain of it.
TT2 프로토콜처럼은 아니겠네. 그건 격리된 공간에나 가능한 거지. 개별적으로 적용할 수 있는 기술이 아니니까.
Normal release is Thursday. Okay. Maybe it works with the same mechanisms as the TT2 protocol under the hood. Nope, that works only within an isolated enclosure. It can't rewind the time of a single individual. Perhaps they're drawing.
끌어온 시간을 주입시키는 건가? 그나마 그럴듯해. 애초에 되돌리는 방식이면 살아나는 모습이 그런 식으로 보여질 리도 없고. 역시 너도 시간을 되돌리거나 건너뛸 수는 없는 거야, 그치?
Perhaps they're drawing time from somewhere else, from from elsewhere to inject it into their time streams? That seems a tad more plausible. If you're actually rewinding their time, then the visual elements of that process would manifest in a vastly different manner. I suppose this means that you can't really rewind or skip time either, am I right? You can't just say all that gibberish and expect me to be able to...
그리고 꽤 고통스러운 기색이던데. 다행이라고 하긴 좀 그렇지만 너한테 희소식이 하나 있어. 원래는 뒷골목 같은 위험 지역에 갈 때 설명해 주려고 했는데 좀 늦었지만 배치 뒤쪽에 있는 작은 태엽을 돌려볼래?
The process also seemed to involve a great degree of pain. Oh well. It seems to be in bad taste to say that it's good news, but I suppose I can say that what I'm about to tell you is somewhat auspicious. I was going to get into the nitty-gritty only if we had to venture into one of those more dangerous places like the backstreets, but here we go. Check the other side of your badges. There should be a small clockwork knob attached to your badges in there. Mind rotating it for me? The Class 5 staff member jabbered on endlessly, zapping between numerous subjects within a matter of seconds before reaching out and pointing at the badges that we were wearing.
탐정 일회를 맡아준 해결사가 항상 제 몸을 지킬 만큼 강하진 않거든. 그래서 특별수사관 배지는 T사의 고등급 직원 시트에 장착된 것과 비슷한 기능이 있어.
Not all fixtures specializing in investigations are strong enough to defend themselves in emergencies. That is why these special investigator badges are all equipped with the same special function that goes into suits that higher-ranking staff members of T-Corp wear.
기능의 이름은 골든 타임. 태엽을 감아두면 착용자가 죽을 것 같은 상황에 처했을 때 신체의 회복 시간을 최대로 가속해줘. 네가 한 것보다야 하찮지만 그래도 굉장하지?
It's better than nothing for Dante, I guess. It's called golden time. If you keep the clockwork wound, it would automatically speed up the body's natural regeneration process as soon as it detects that its wearer is at risk of death. It's nothing compared to what you're capable of, but it's quite something, isn't it? So I don't actually have to turn the clock myself?
물론 한 번 쓰고 나면 다음에 쓸 때까지 시간이 좀 걸리니까 그때는 참가상 네가 아픈 걸 참고 살려주면 되는 거지.
Of course, it takes some time for it to refill once its charge is spent. If you ever run out of its uses, then I suppose it all comes down to you. Participation trophy. You'll have to take one for the team and bring them all back to yourself.
우리가 상처 입고 피 흘리기 전에 뭘 조치해줄 생각은 없다. 이거지?
You're willing to do that, but not willing to help us before we get torn to shreds, huh?
오히려 좋지.
I prefer that. Good.
자, 그럼 쫓아가 볼까?
Ready? Let's go after them then. Sometime later. Where did they run off to?
분명 이 근방으로 뛰었는데.
I'm pretty sure they came this way.
발자국이 끊겼군. 그 시시한 설명을 너무 오래 들었어.
No more tracks. We wasted too much time on his boring lectures.
그런데 조수, 그렇게 여유롭게 따라와도 되는 거야?
Hey, assistant, are you sure it's okay for you to just saunter behind us? Like you're out on a picnic?
왜? 난 뛰는 게 싫어.
Why would I run? I hate running. True.
유로지비를 체포해야 되는 게 당신 일 아니야?
It's literally your job to arrest a Eurodivier, isn't it?
그런가? 지금 내 일은 유로지비를 체포하는 게 아니라 너희가 시간 살인마를 잘 잡는지 감시하는 건데?
Is it though? But my job at this precise moment is to keep my eyes on you and your investigation regarding the case of the time-killing time. Not making Eurodivier of arrest.
당신은 T사 소속 직원이잖아.
But you're a T-Corp employee.
뭐 내가 열심히 뛰어서 탐정님들을 도와 유로지비를 잡는다고 치자. 그런다고 T사에 있는 문제가 모두 해결되고 살기 좋은 곳이 되기라도 해? 어차피 주도자를 찾지 못하는 이상 다시 퍼질 거야.
Okay, fine. Let's say that I decided to run instead of walk and helped you capture those Eurodivier rascals. What then? Will T-Corp suddenly stop having problems just because they're gone? Will this place suddenly transform into some kind of humanitarian paradise? Not to mention that, as long as their leader runs free, they'll be back before you know it.
궤변이군. 전소하면 그만이지 않나?
This then KTA. Kill their asses?
소탕하면 더 위험한 조직이 그 자리를
Yeah,
차지할
okay.
가능성도 있어. 그때는
got
저
it.
뒤에 계속 서 있는 징수집 친구는 지루한 검문보다 더 고통스러운 상황을 겪게 될지도 모르지. 열심히 뛴 나도 마찬가지고.
If we do kill them all, then that only opens up room for a worse syndicate to take their place. If that happens, that collector friend from earlier might end up suffering from something much, much worse than having to stop and search random passerbyers. Not to mention that I'll be getting muscle cramps from all this running.
그건
That's...
그리고 당신 친구가 있는 단체라면서 내가 체포하지 않길 바라야 하는 거 아니야?
Besides, isn't your friend one of them? Weird, I thought you wouldn't want me to arrest them.
그러게요. 저도 로자 씨가 유로지비를 좀 더 반가워하실 줄 알았어요.
Right? I thought Raja would be a bit happier to be reunited with the Eurodivier. Well, it looks like the trail's gone cold. Let's go back to the stop and search lady and ask if she's noticed anything suspicious since we left.
그래.
Fine. The T-Corp employee we met earlier was still standing completely inert, not moving a muscle.
딱하게도 이 늦은 시간까지 당직 중이신가 보네요.
Poor woman. I can't believe she's still on duty at such a late hour.
직장인의 인생이란 그런 거니까.
Such is the life of a laborer.
아니.
No.
이자 당했군. 숨소리도
Oh, they
들리지
killed her
않아.
ass. Holy shit. They got her. I can't even hear her breathing.
시간 살인마의 수법이네요.
That's the Time Ripper's MO. Why would they do that though? The Time Ripper got to her that fast?
정지 상태 그 자체다.
He stole all of her time or some shit? She's in a state of absolute stillness.
손에 피를 묻히지 않아도 죽음의 상태로 만든다.
A death-like state achieved without a thimble of blood on their hands.
결벽적인 예술이군.
What a misophobic art.
저희에겐 비록 멈춘 것처럼 보이지만
Though she may be in a state of stasis to those of us watching from the outside.
이분에겐 눈 깜빡할 정도의 찰나겠죠.
But for her, this must be as brief as a blink of an eye.
범인은 그 많은 시간들을 어디에 쓰려는 걸까요?
What do you think the culprit is trying to do with all that time? Guys, this is a crime scene. Let's try not to touch the body. I mean, the victim.
우와, 이것 봐. 시공간 전이 중첩 현상이 일어나고 있나 봐. 만져지지가 않아.
The hell? Well, look, there must be some sort of spatio-temporal displacement superposition phenomenon going on here. She's entirely incorporeal.
아니, 이 와중에 무슨 감상평을...
Is this seriously the time to... Raja, there, up ahead! Who the fuck was that? I whipped around the corner, noticing the now familiar sensation of a distortion, and caught a brief glimpse of a suspicious figure slowly slipping into the fog.
거기, 멈춰!
That was a monster. Roshi, you think you can catch up?
사냥개 역할은 사절인데 이번만 어울려주지.
I'm not your hunting dog, but sure. I'll entertain you just this once.
우와, 제법 빠른 속도로 쫓아가네.
Oh, she's pretty fast.
로슈 씨는 재미있는 게 생겼을 때 달리기가 빨라지거든요.
Roshi sure moves fast when she finds something interesting.
너희처럼 앞만 보면서 열심히 뛰어가는 사람은 오랜만에 봐.
It's been a while since I've seen people like you, the kind who sprint forward with their eyes fixed on the horizon.
여기 사람들은 발끝만 내려다보며 걸어가잖아. 구부정하게.
Here, everyone only ever looks down, their necks bent and gaze locked to the ground, watching their own 2 feet take their halting steps.
아마 사람들이 고개를 들 때라고는 시계탑을 볼 때뿐일 거야.
I suppose they only ever look up to check the time on the clock towers.
옛날에는 모두가 허리를 꼿꼿이 펴고 다니던 시절도 있었을 텐데.
But there must have been a time where everyone walked tall.
나 왜 그런지 알 것 같아.
I think I know why that is.
무기력해져서 그래.
It's because they all learned helplessness.
숨이 가쁘도록 뛰어봐도 달라질 게 없을 거라는 걸 깨달아서.
because they realize that even if they ran till their lungs burst, nothing will change. That it doesn't matter.
아무래도 메르소 씨처럼 균일한 호흡법을 익히는 건 힘들 테니까요.
Yeah, not everyone can run like Marsal. Learning to maintain a stable breathing rhythm is not easy.
그런 말은 아닌데.
That's not what I'm talking about. Wait, take a closer look at her face. Remember, it's the same face she was making earlier when she shouted, "It's a stop and search."
그러게. 수상한 사람을 보고 검문을 하려다가 당한 걸 수도 있겠어. 돌아오면 물어보자.
Yeah, maybe she saw someone suspicious, approached them for a stop and search, and got ambushed. We should ask her when she
언제
recovers.
돌아오실진 모르겠지만요.
But we don't know when she'll recover. Sometime later.
받아라.
Catch. Are you sure you captured him alive?
저기 류슈. 그런데 아무리 봐도
Hey, Russia, doesn't he kind of look...
아까 도망가던 범인이랑은 다른 옷차림처럼 보이지 않아?
a bit different from the mysterious person that got away. He's clearly wearing something different.
그리고 이 사람은 아까 봤던 유로집이 중 하나잖아.
Besides, he's one of the Eurodiviae that we already ran into.
옷차림 따위 껍데기일 뿐.
Clothes are just husks that can be cast off at any moment.
이놈, 나를 보더니 주랭랑을 쳤다.
He started running as soon as our eyes met.
뭘, 눈 떠.
Hey, rise and shine.
수상한 건 네 쪽이지. 그렇게 칼을 든 채로 무섭게 쫓아오고 있으면 누가 봐도 도망가게 된다고.
How am I the suspicious one? Anyone would run if someone like you started sprinting after them with that big sword in your hands.
진실을 개어내게 만드는 방식은 여러 가지가 있지.
I have many ways to crush the truth out of you.
첫째,
First, no dismembering.
이 주변은 우리 유로집의 구역이야. 여기로 날 데려온 걸 후회하게 될 걸.
This is the Eurodivia's turf. You'll soon regret dragging me down here.
이럴 때를 대비해서 가져온
Oh, so he
비장의
was the right
무기.
guy. I prepared to seek her a weapon just for this occasion. Wait, watch out! Does he have a grenade? But nothing happened. What was that?
주변에 있는 동지들을 불러 모으는 유로집이 T사지부의 5대 역작 중 하나. 휴대용 진동 조정식 점등형 음파 발생기다.
What the fuck? One of the 5 greatest inventions of the Eurodiviae T-Corp branch. The portable, adjustable frequency periodical lighting apparatus attachment sound wave generator. This will call every single Eurodiviae in its range to this exact location.
아, 발명가들은 보통 저게 문제야. 발명품 이름을 너무 길게 짓는다니까.
There, see what I mean? You see the problem prevalent amongst inventors? They never know when to stop when it comes to naming their inventions.
내 뒤통수를 후린 대가는 만만치 않다는 걸.
Obtuse rubber moose, green goose guava juice? Yeah, for real. You'll pay dearly for smacking me in the back of my noggin. Holy shit. Is this a autoplay fight?
무슨 맛일까?
I will say, these guys are kind of dripped up.
몸소 보여주지.
This one looks crazy. What the fuck? Compared to the one I have?
그렇게 시원하게 처음에 보는 맛이 나. 일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이 덜 답답한 법이지.
왜? 좀 긁혔어?
The one you have is like a season 1 ID. The Honglu with the venom juice. Yeah, this one's a season 7 Honglu. Yeah. I don't even think I've seen that Honglu fight, the one I have. The power creep looks kind of insane. Are these guys fighting with big ass wrenches?
어중간한 예술.
짐승들의 재갈을 풀겠다.
힘은 확실히 빼는 편이 좋지.
정작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나 놈이 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 놈이 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
By the way, guys, I think we might play X-Men tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna play X-Men tomorrow. X-Men Legends with Oni. So should be pretty funny.
세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지. 이후.
Can I extract? I can. Wait, did I grab the stuff that might have been appearing? No. I will say that's probably it for me today, guys. I'm like really tired. I'm fucking super tired. But we are almost done with the little Kanto thingy. We should be able to start Kanto 7 next time, I think, right? There's no way that like we're not done. Or we're not near done. Yeah. That was pretty fun though. Finally back to Limbus. We're finally back to Limbus, guys. And we reached our fucking follower goal. That's pretty badass. 170 little employees. That's fucking crazy to me. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. So tomorrow we're gonna be playing X-Men Legends. And then Thursday, I think Thursday I can pick whatever I want. I don't remember if I have anything to do Thursday or anything planned. So maybe I'll play Metaphor or something else, or Sinking City. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do Thursday. I would have to check. I don't know. Pretty freaking cool. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out. I am gonna head out. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, Mersault, for following today. You've helped us reach our goal. Make sure, guys, if you are not a part of my Discord server, to join the Discord. In there, you guys can recommend me stuff to play. You guys can talk to each other. How did we not decide to not do Metaphor? I'm really tired. I'm really fucking tired right now. Yeah, we're not gonna do Metaphor today. That's fair. Yeah. I woke up like really early. I had already streamed earlier today too. This is like a two-parter stream. But yeah. So if you guys are not already a part of my Discord server, make sure to join the Discord. I am gonna go to bed. Alright guys, good night. Bye.